Just did.
What were old boys' takeaways? You heard from Gabe and Alex Strofe.
Not everybody listens every day, though, so I can't.
But not everyone listens every day edition. And the You'll Want to Listen Today edition as scheduled to appear on the Yingling Legends line. He's certainly a legend in my book, one of my favorite players I ever covered, and someone who will give us insight both into his doppelganger as a player, Evan Williams, who joined us a few weeks ago, and Bobby Babich, the Packers' new secondary coach. Micah Hyde, scheduled to appear edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the amazing, stupendous, fantastic ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I am Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. I fully expect him to slide in there to the actual studio and sit with Tausch and
I don't see O-Dog anywhere, though.
O-Dog needed a day off today, so it's
He's
just
learning.
because he did so much of the work.
I'm very nervous that he's learning too much from you.
Well, have you been nervous that every producer that's come through here has learned too much from me?
I think those producers should be nervous that that's the case.
And that voice you hear belongs to the Packers Hall of Famer.
Get that close. That was way too close for you. That camera was way too
first
close.
of all, that's off air, and I'm adjusting it to get to where it needs to be, so no one else saw that
That's
but
on
you.
me.
But thank you for pointing that out.
Welcome in. So you nailed it, man. You nailed it. The NFL, seeing Micah Parsons as the star that he is, and with his injury, they wanted to give a buffer, and they basically told you this. I think Micah will be back before that Bear game to kind of get loaded up, but they kind of, Micah told them in January, hey, this is where the media and all the conduit and all the stuff and getting this information, because especially now with AI and with everything else, you formulate ideas and you get all this information and it squeezes it down. The league office and the schedulers, I do believe, and it's not that it's our show or you, but with the conglomeration of all of this, getting the info from Micah and the Packers, you've deducted correctly that they're going to kind of go, it wasn't that they're trying to do the Packers a favor, it's they're doing themselves a favor. I want to make sure I'm crystal clear.
They're doing their television partners,
which pay the bills,
favors.
And that's why when people say fans, the fans are getting squeezed out when they got to go on a Wednesday night and they play at Thanksgiving. Yeah, hey, you guys knew it, but now you're really kind of getting slapped in the face with it. And by the way, you love it. We love it. So it is what it is. But the Packers, I do believe, this schedule. And I looked at last year's schedule. I thought it was rough. I thought that it was tough. Obviously, 2 years ago, having to fly out to Brazil. I looked through this schedule last night when I got home, and I was looking for what is the real, the meat and potatoes. Oh, my God, is this going to be brutal?
Murderer's Row, if you will.
There isn't a murderer's row. Now, there's good teams. Don't get me. I'm not saying this is Cupcake City. No. There are good teams on the schedule, but to play 4 of your last 5 at home, right? Mm-hmm.
Unprecedented in the 16 or 17
4
game
of your 5 at home. And
history.
I would argue your toughest road game, you got to bye. You're coming off a bye. You're going to get 10, 11 days of rest on a Wednesday.
9.
Then you're going to flip and get almost, a week and a half before another, what I think will be a difficult road game in New Orleans. You don't have any other than the start, and the Jets stink. Okay? The Jets absolutely stink. Your opener's going to be tough at Minnesota. Absolutely. But if you only can look and say one game and then there's a buffer, you win in this scheduling world. This schedule, we saw it already with mileage. It's beautiful. You don't have, other than the LA Rams trip, these are all cupcake flights in the most part. And your toughest games, you're buffered. So this schedule lines up perfectly for the Green Bay Packers to finally get back and win the NFC North.
That's a good schedule.
So no. It is a great schedule. It's not good. It is a great schedule.
So, as I mentioned yesterday,
but what is the toughest part of this bad boy? Like, if I'm saying, all right, my meat and potatoes, at Detroit, Carolina, at New England, that is the toughest 3-game stretch that I can see as far as where Green Bay looks.
Yeah, I would agree. And to your point about the opener, yes.
Trap game already. Everybody's going to be saying, Carolina trap game. I'm going to call it right now. Prime Video trap game.
Just like last year.
And they got when they had
their
trap game.
Yeah, they got trapped by
they
Carolina.
Lost a limb in that trap.
It's actually not a trap game because it was a trap game last year.
They got mauled by that Panther.
Can't be a trap game when you already got trapped.
Yep. But it's going to be a double trap game.
To your point about the opener, and Gabe said, look, I don't love the fact that an offensive line that I'm not super confident in, not knowing where Zach Tom will be. I assume he'll play. But again, how rusty or how much work will he have gotten in camp, et cetera, et cetera. Jordan Morgan becoming the full-fledged starting left tackle and going against that defense in week 1 with unscouted looks. That's all great. On the flip side of it, though, I would rather face Kyler Murray with no experience in Kevin O'Connell's offense than face him as they do on November 15th when you would think he has a better idea of what he's doing. So even that one, while it is on the road to open the season, it's not that bad. Back-to-back road games to start the year. I would have liked to have spoken to someone from the organization to talk about whether or not that has anything to do with letting the field recover.
If that was an ask by them and they were granted it. Okay.
Fighting Illini, as I said yesterday, the Notre Dame-Wisconsin game on September 6th. But, yes, 3 out of the first 4 on the road. The Buccaneers aren't a cupcake. The Falcons on a short week, but at home, that's your only home game. Each of those 4 games, which the circumstances might be a little challenging, are not that bad. And, again, as I mentioned, they went to the 16-game schedule in 1978. Never before now have the Packers had 4 of their last 5 games at home in a season. And they talk about the frozen tundra, and they talk about wanting cold, the warm weather teams coming to the cold. You got 2 warm weather teams and a dome team. The only team that's a fellow cold weather team is Buffalo. And I would much rather play Buffalo at home than on the road. So you're 1,000% right. I agree with Tausch, as the 3D printed item says.
Oh, and then you start looking at some of these other team schedules, and ESPN did a thing this morning on it. The Rams and the Niners. Like, there are, the NFC West, the Cardinals are kind of, this is just if I'm equivocating, the Cardinals are kind of the Vikings, and the Vikings are much better than the Cardinals. But their murderer's row with the Seahawks, Rams, Niners, probably very similar to the Packers. The Packers' toughest games are going to be their division games. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's, you need to win. And the
as
goal
you
needs to be, and that it's been an Olympiad since we've had that. That needs to be goal number 1. All this other talk of winning championships and that stuff, I want it, but we need to get a little more micro-y with our thoughts. And we need to start zoning in and say, it used to be, oh, yeah, hand him a T-shirt. This T-shirt, yep, hat and T-shirt. Now, we need to refocus and really put our juice into that, because that will be – those games will decide, obviously, who's going to win the division. But when I look at the rest of that schedule, and most of these teams outside, the Bears are playing a first-place schedule, why I believe Detroit is in such a good spot – that fourth-place schedule, it does matter, because those 2 or 3 games that end up flopping one way or the other certainly makes a huge difference, especially as bad as some of these other fourth. And you're going to be – this is going to be – you think there's inequities in the world and everything else. There is inequities in this NFL in a big way. There are divisions that are – they're not even – there's no top. There's bottoms. Like, if you're playing in that NFC with the Texans and all of that, like, the Titans stink. Like, you're going to be in position like, woo. All right.
Like 2 years ago when the Packers didn't beat any of the good teams on their schedule, went 0-6 against the Vikings, the Lions, and the Eagles, including the playoff game, but got fat on the AFC South.
Yeah, exactly.
The Lions play the Cardinals this year, while the Bears play the defending Super Bowl champs, and the Packers play the Rams.
That's a little bit of a split. Exactly. And that's why I like Detroit a lot more. I'm pretty sure when we go down to Hard Rock Casino Rockford Monday, going to take a long look at some of those win-losses. Going to dabble a little bit, and I think that dabbling is going to lead me to Detroit.
What did you think of the schedule release video?
I didn't see it.
You didn't watch it?
No, I didn't.
Jesse, did you watch it?
I'm over all this. Like, it was cute. The Titans did that fun one a while ago.
Oh, they did a good one again, by the way.
Yeah, I saw the Kirk Cousins and Mendoza and the Step Brothers deal. It's cute, but
it's cute.
Just give me the meat and potatoes, man. I ain't interested in all that other stuff.
Fair enough. Jesse, did you see it?
I did see it. I actually have it down. I'm downloading it as we speak. I thought we were going to get to it a little bit later in the program, so I'm going to play it in the background.
Well, now Tausch will be able to see it. It works out great.
Yeah, I just need a minute to get it situated here for us.
We'll talk more about the structure of this schedule. We will not do what Strofe and Gabe Neitzel and I did on the schedule release program, which is go week by week and pick wins and losses, unless old boy wants to do that anyway.
No, I'm not interested in the – wait a minute now. I'm going to tell you who my my loss, because I'm going to pick Green Bay to win a lot of games, which is going to surprise you.
You will do that after you tell us about what a winner you can be when you get Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, indeed, if you've been putting off replacing your windows and doors, now is the time, because Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, they have a bunch of different zero-interest financing options available to you. And in Wisconsin, your home takes a beating year-round. The right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. Pella's experts will help you find the perfect fit for your home and within your budget, all with zero-interest options for you. You can upgrade now and pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
We'll take a deeper dive in the schedule, and then I do have a more serious question for Tausch that is not related to the schedule. It's related to something that happened in Sydney's soccer game last night that I found myself discussing with some of the dads at the game, because it was a little bit traumatic. I'll get his thoughts on that at some point as well. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
By Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The Crew take on the Dodgers Friday, May 22nd through Sunday the 24th. Join Boy Band Night on Friday the 22nd, presented by Wintrust. Grab a theme night ticket for a Brew Crew Boys t-shirt and stay for post-game fireworks presented by T-Mobile. Then on Saturday, the first 25,000 fans collect a patriotic Brewers hat. Close it out with Family Sunday fun as the first 5,000 kids 14 and under get a Brewers pennant on the 24th, courtesy of Joy. Grab your seats at Brewers.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
On Thursday, May 28th, join Sharp for the 10th annual Unwrapped MKE from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 3rd Street Market Hall. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based education programs serving thousands of urban elementary students in schools throughout Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Hey, I went to the new place. They didn't have everything, but the bananas were on sale.
Wait, why didn't you go to Woodman?
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint.
I'm Phil.
Other stores promote a few items but charge more for everything else.
At Woodman's, you save big time money on your whole grocery bill.
I even use the app to compare prices.
Oh my gosh, talk about receipt regret.
Our work here is done.
Service and savings. It's Woodman's.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Summertime is when you'll find the largest selection of homes on the market.
But it's the bottom of the ninth, as it's also the time when homes move the quickest.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Andrea Woshinski. With more buyers competing, preparation, speed, and expert local guidance can make all the difference.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
I'm sure you feel the weather. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited, experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Stop by our amazing Waukesha showroom and visit sidingunlimited.com today.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Seven standalone games for the Packers on this schedule. 6 of them in prime time, and 5 of those 6 primetime games are at home. Tausch,
can we acknowledge that the NFL has decided to go all in on standalone games and really highlighting the big boy teams in these standalone windows? It used to be Thursday were throwaway games, and I'm guessing Amazon said, you want us writing these big fat checks, you're going to give us these big fat players.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so we acknowledge that. And the Packer fans, I think for as much as I'm saying I love this schedule for the team, 2 Thursday nighters. I think, is there a Monday nighter on there too?
Oh, yeah. Texans.
So not going to be a ton of Sunday home football. I mean, there's still enough, but this is kind of just another reiteration to fans kind of where we're at when it comes to the pecking order of how this all shakes out.
As of now, and I was talking to Chewy about this on Jen Gave and Chewy this morning, and he said what you've always said. Players would take 16, or in the case of today's schedule, 17 noon Sunday games.
Mm-hmm.
Creatures of habit. And this is definitely not a creatures of habit type schedule either. If that last game of the season against the Lions at Lambeau is moved to a Saturday, they would play on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They'd only be missing Tuesday.
We need to get some Tuesday football.
Tuesday night football. How about Tuesday at 3 p.m. in the afternoon football like you've proposed for other broadcasting options?
Yeah.
I don't think they will move that final game to Saturday because they play in the Monday night finale on that Monday. So I don't think they would have them play Monday and then Saturday.
You're so cute.
Yeah.
You think that's going to affect
They don't
anything?
care.
No, they're playing on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
But they have a week off before they play on Wednesday.
It's no, because again, as Tausch knows, because he played for Mike Sherman, Mike Sherman used to love to use the bye week as a hammer to either reward as a carrot or, hey, you guys
win,
better
you get
off. Yeah, you better get your blank together.
They mandate you have to have, I think, 5 days. Or whatever
right, and obviously now, like if this was a normal Sunday game the following week after the bye, they would have the full week off. They would come in Monday briefly after their Sunday game, and then they'd be free to move about the country. And then they would be due back Monday morning the following week, and they'd have a light workout, et cetera. With a Wednesday game, that's not going to be the case. They're going to have to come back sooner than that. And so they basically have a truncated bye, and then they have another pseudo bye on the other side of the Saints game.
And they got other buys with the 3-day Thursday game early in the season.
Yeah, but you still got – I always love that because – and you know this because you obviously have experienced it. Yeah, that's great and all to have that mini bye, but you also need that just to recover from playing Sunday, Thursday, the way you do to get that mini bye. So it's not all puppy dogs and ice cream.
It's awesome once it's over.
If you win.
Well, I mean, regardless, it's great for the players. You do get extra, and you practice a lot less. So players would rather you want to be rested, you want to be ready to go, but young players, I think, love, and I think coaches to a certain extent, because a lot of times, especially on Monday night home games, by Sunday, when you're getting into a rhythm, man, you do get like, all right, we're going to do another Friday practice. What? Like, guys, there is a minimal amount to it, but yes, the wear and tear and all of the mental fatigue of getting up for that, you do need a beat after you get done with it.
So the reason why, and as much as I appreciate your public praise of my alleged scheduling brilliance, the whole basis of that is what you have said for a very long time. It is a star-driven league, right? I mean, it's why they protect quarterbacks to the degree that they do. And then there are a handful of players that are so special that don't play quarterback that are really, really, really important to the way this league functions.
Yep.
And
now, I want to preface this with Myles Garrett and the Browns didn't get the same scheduling.
Right, but he plays on a crap. You can't be a great player on a crappy team.
I just want to preface it, and that's I wanted to preface. That was all.
But to your point about the Micah Parsons effect, I do believe it's because he is such a special player on a potentially Super Bowl caliber team. But 6 primetime games, 2 Thursday nights, 2 Sunday nights, a Monday night, the Thanksgiving Eve Wednesday night. Those are all primetime games, and then the other standalone game, as Jesse mentioned, is the Christmas Day at noon. I would have loved to have gotten Matt LaFleur's thoughts on that as well, but we didn't. But when you look at this, the Packers draw well. Even when you don't view them as a clear-cut Super Bowl contender, the networks know they draw eyeballs. They get it. But when you look at this, does it even buoy your opinion that this is a division-winning, potentially, obviously they have to get it done, Super Bowl contending football team when they get the only team that got more primetime games are the Rams. They got 7. Otherwise,
Rams got a tough slog now.
They do.
They got a tough
starting
slog
in Melbourne
now. Yeah, it's not like we didn't know who the Packers were going to play.
Right.
There are little things that I think can steal a game or two along the way, and I think this schedule allows the Packers to do that. That Rams game, if that was a short week and you had to fly out there, if it was a Sunday to Thursday or something of that ilk, you'd be a lot more concerned.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be, they will break this, we used to always break it into quarters, 4 games a stretch, and that's how then you'd evaluate and you'd go forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how I would think now that you can't break it up evenly anyways. I would think you're going to look at this thing, and that Rams game will be highlighted, and it will be focused on in a big way because of that time. And that was by far, looking at it, I thought, outside of the divisional games, the toughest road game that the Packers will have. That's usually how I judge how good a football team is.
So do I hear a recall of last year's when the schedule came out? They're going to lose in Denver. Am I hearing you proclaim?
No, I think we're going to win out in L.A. I think we're going to have a big crowd, and I think the Rams. We'll worry about that when we get there. I am not going to make any proclamations today.
Not even the game they're going to lose? I thought you always do.
I looked it over. I have an idea of which way I'm going to lean on that.
Oh.
I got an idea.
Okay.
Of where I'm at. I think it might be early in the season, if that's a little teaser for you. So
the Jets? They're going to lose to the Jets?
I'm going to take a look at it, and then I will give you my "this is who we won't beat" deal.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
We're going to get into the way the division games fall coming up, including, from what I could tell from our little Wilde and Tauscher Village group chat, there may be a green season ticket holder who's a little bit displeased with
green?
which games. No, gold, but I don't have them. My brother does. But
no, I was asking Jesse. Is that your green package? My bad. I was looking.
We do not have the Milwaukee tickets. I forget which one is which.
Green is Packers.
Green is Green Bay. That's the easiest way to remember.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we have that one.
Well, your brethren may be irritated. There was some of the infighting that occurs between those two groups during last night's schedule release show with Alex Strofe and Gabe Neitzel and myself. But before we get to those gold package games and the division games, which you may have figured out, they're both related, let's talk a little bit about American Family Insurance.
Well, we certainly can, and American Family Insurance has been a proud partner of Wilde and Tausch from the jump. And since 1927, they've been committed to making life better. And I appreciate that. In football, you build something that lasts by protecting what matters most. It's no different at home. With the right home and auto coverage, with American Family Insurance, you get protection you can count on, so you're free to focus on your family and those dreams that you're chasing. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
At Associated Bank, we get life gets complicated. So banking, it should be easy to get. That's why our tools speak your language. Automated savings, it's saving automatically for anything. Digital controls, you lose your card, you're still in control. Turn it off, then on, all on the app. And Money Monitor, you know where your money goes, like those long forgotten subscriptions. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
Ready to upgrade your drive?
Let's go!
At the Cunis Auto Group, we're all about getting you behind the wheel of something you love. Fast, easy, and stress-free. New rides? Shop over 16 brands, including domestic, imports, and luxury. Pre-owned deals? Choose from over 3,000 group-wide, with payments for every budget. Plus, you're covered by our lifetime no-fear powertrain warranty, included with all new and qualified pre-owned purchases. Challenge credit? Our judgment-free Fresh Start program will get you approved for the loan you need, from your first car to your dream car. We make the whole process simple, transparent, and even fun. And when you shop Punis, you're supporting something bigger, a commitment to supporting local charities and organizations that make our communities great places to live, work, and play. Start your search today at shoppunis.com. That's shopkunes.com.
Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Got a grad to celebrate? Make it easy with a Cousin Subs gift card. Buy $30 in gift cards and get a free 7.5-inch sub for you. Valid on any Deli Fresh or Classic sub. So while you're giving a great gift, you're getting one too. Simple, thoughtful, and way better than a card that gets tucked away. Stop by your local Cousin Subs today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breese Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Your grill just got an upgrade, and it's right down the road.
Burn Pit BBQ is now available at Walmart.
That means no waiting, no guessing. Just grab it, fire up the grill, and get to work.
We're talking premium rubs, sauces, and seasonings made for real flavor and real results.
Every single time you cook.
Whether it's a quick weeknight dinner or a full weekend cookout with friends and family, Burn Pit BBQ helps you bring bold, consistent flavor to every bite.
Head to your local Walmart and find Burn Pit BBQ today, right in your neighborhood.
Because better BBQ should be easy to get and even easier to enjoy.
Here's to experiencing it all this summer in Wisconsin. Every deliciously cheesy, rockin', magical, fireworks-filled, festival-loving moment. There's Cheese Curd Fest in Ellsworth, Strawberry Fest in Cedarburg, Festival of the Arts in Stevens Point, and the Renaissance Fair in Bristol, Honor the Earth Powwow in Hayward, Mile of Music in Appleton, Venetian Fest, Bratfest, Summerfest. So many fests for your whole crew. Find them all at TravelWisconsin.com. Sponsored by Travel Wisconsin.
Start your Milwaukee weight loss program now to lose weight fast. Many lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Call for your free consultation. 262-235-3980. 262-235-3980 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary. This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
The Packers' 2026 schedule is on the books. It'll be in the books around January 9th or 10th. We will see how they fare. I feel fairly confident that a year ago at this time we would not have picked them to lose in Cleveland, nor would we have expected them to, well, we wouldn't have known they even had Micah Parsons at this time, but lose 4 in a row to end the season and then lose a playoff game the way they did to the Bears. So we will see how it unfolds. But speaking of the Bears and Lions and Vikings, oh my, the Packers' divisional matchups are kind of sprinkled all over the schedule. There are some years where it feels like it's backloaded, Tausch, with the matchups. Sometimes, you know, they've had years where they started with the Lions and ended with the Lions, or started with the Bears and then saw the Bears again 2.5 months later. They open on the road in the division against the Vikings. That is their first of their 6 division games. Then, as part of the gold package, much to the chagrin of some, their second home game of the year will be against the Bears. They then go to Detroit on October 25th. They play at home against the Vikings, and if you're sensing a theme, in the gold package game, number 2, in the 5th home game. Second and fifth home games always go to that package.
Oh, boy.
Which I don't understand why they continue to stay committed to that. And then 2 of their last 3 games are against division teams, against the Bears on Christmas in Chicago at Soldier Field, a noon start on Christmas Day, and then the regular season finale at Lambeau Field. If you're a Packers fan, you would prefer it to go better than it did when they finished the regular season in 2022 in this fashion. Either Saturday, January 9th, or Sunday, January 10th. Against the Lions at Lambeau. So, Tausch, when you look at that, and you have been at the forefront of this team needs to win the division. I think, Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong, the reel that we have on Facebook, I still get alerts from that of people liking it or commenting on it. And Tausch said that like a month and a half
ago. It's a popular one, yeah. People love that one. It keeps popping up everywhere.
How does the divisional schedule behoove the Packers to do what you have commanded them to do?
Well, I'm nervous, obviously, about the first game at Minnesota. The good news is they have a first-time quarterback for them under their system, trying to figure things out. Mm-hmm. But their defensive coordinator stayed, and so there's a lot of things. It'll be all juiced up there. You know that. You're not going to have Micah more than likely. Tucker will be probably just feeling his way, or at least
on a pitch count.
But yeah, we don't know that. We don't know the Zach Tom part. We don't know the other. There's a lot of that'll be as hostile of an environment as that O-line will have to play in, outside of probably New Orleans. So it's going to be it'll be a huge challenge. But as far as how the rest of it sets up, I just think that this schedule really sets up nicely in the fact that there's. Again, you're looking for buffers. There's going to be some games that go the way you shouldn't or you wouldn't want that to happen. We saw that last year. Nobody would have said that we'd lose to Cleveland. We did. Nobody would have said we'd lose to Carolina at home. We did. So there's always those little wrinkles, but you're just looking to see how it lines up and rest, all of the things. It'll still come down to, and all this is great. I love that. This was my favorite schedule release of all time, just because of the build-up and all of the, the leakage that they're doing. The NFL's leaking just enough to get you kind of thinking, and then it makes you think about thinking about it. But this one here, I just think it all sets up really well to get back on top of the North. And then you start factoring in what the Bears' schedule, who they have to play that Green Bay doesn't. Detroit would concern me because I do think Detroit caught some nice breaks on their end of their scheduling as well.
Okay. They certainly get the advantage of finishing with a 9-8 record, but losing the tiebreaker with the Vikings, thanks to that colossal Vikings win in the last game of the regular season. So they got the fourth-place schedule, which is it only affects 2 games, really, but it still makes a difference, as you pointed out. So is your confidence higher, lower, or about the same in this team being able to win its division?
Higher. Much higher. Last year's schedule was tough. There was some breaks and some things that didn't
Week 5 bye
kind of play itself out. The bye falls at a much better spot, and especially with what the NFL is doing from a scheduling standpoint on that Wednesday, there's just a lot of things. I think 2 weeks is a long time to not play a game. I actually like the 10 or 11 day split.
So I was just going to ask you that.
Well,
explain to me how if you let's put you back in your number 65. And this schedule comes out with it set up that way, because I saw some debate among the Packers Twitterverse about whether they're getting hosed by not having a full-fledged bye, or they're getting done a favor by having 2, not full-length buys, but 2, like one's 9 days and one's 10 days. Seems to me that's a pretty decent deal.
I'd much rather have that. I'm telling you, there's a stretch, and especially with how that goes, you're going to end up with one game. And how many days did you just say it was? 20 some odd days between the bye and then the Rams and then the Seahawks or the Saints.
Yep.
And that is your only, I believe, outside of the openers, back-to-back roadies in the whole.
Correct.
Deal.
Yes.
So that's another thing. You don't ever want to feel like it's one road trip after another, and you can road trips you have to kind of rejuice yourself and focus, and it's just a different type of energy that you have to go win on the road in the NFL. And just from a player standpoint, you want to have 2 or 3 days where you just shut your mind off, but your mind is never really shut off.
Mm-hmm.
It's always on it. You're not going to go do a week-long trip with family down to Cancun. Like, we've seen that movie before. It doesn't work. You're going to go and get 2 or 3. You're going to want to get home. You're going to just settle. For guys that don't live in Green Bay, you just want to get away for 2 to 3 days, come back, and then just reset. And then to be able to do that again, it is much better than having a long break where there's the rust part of it and all of the other stuff that you can just mentally and physically regroup and then get back to it in 9 or 10 days rather than the long, oh, my God, we're doing another day of just fundamentals. Coaches probably love the 2 weeks, but I think coaches, they want to get their guys on edge and they want to get them where they're physically ready to roll and mentally chomping to get back at it, not mentally, 2 more weeks. This is that perfect balance. I'd pick this 100 out of 100 times compared to having a 2-week break.
Did you, Jesse, look at the other teams' schedules? Tausch just referenced some of the breaks that the Lions get. I have not delved deeply into those other teams' schedules, but do they have...
What was your big reaction? You and Strofe and Gabe, I didn't catch your show last night. What were the reactions from your team?
Well, as you know, I think the world of Ron Wolf, and I dabbled a little bit with AI, trying to make a claymation version of him that could have been in their video, because he would have, and again, he's 87 years old. He's not worried about what the Packers' schedule is. I think he's more interested in the Patriots' schedule since his son runs their personnel department. But this is, as I mentioned, leading into the schedule release, he looked for 2 things. Everybody looks for different things on the schedule. We heard Brian Bulaga talk about how he looks to see when he's going to get the premier pass rushers when he was playing. But Ron looked for 2 things. He didn't want 3 straight weeks of road games, which I think the 96 Packers had to do twice. Still managed to win the Super Bowl. And he wanted as many games at home down the stretch as possible, which no blank. When you play in the frozen tundra, you want to make sure that you get that. And that was the first thing my eyes went to was because of what I was expecting at the front end of the schedule, I was thinking, I'm thinking they're going to be in a pretty good spot down the stretch. And lo and behold, again, the stat from Nate LaCasio from the Packers PR department, they went to the 16-game schedule in 1978. The Packers have never had 4 of their last 5 games at home until now. So to me, for a team that lost 4 in a row, and I don't think it was because of the locations of the games to end last season, but they need all the help they can get. We've heard them talk about finishing games, finishing the season. Well, the way that schedule lines up, and with the one road game being against your arch rivals in the place where you peed down your leg not once but twice last season, I like the way the bottom half of their schedule. I mean, they could end up, if they can beat the Bills, and I understand there's a lot of variables, they could end up going into the playoffs on a pretty good heater. And so that was the biggest thing that jumped out at me from what helps this team's chances. On the flip side, to your point about noon games, I am curious about how they will handle, and Matt LaFleur's talked about this a lot, how they will handle the disjointed nature of their schedule. Everything but a Tuesday or a Saturday game. 2 noon games on the home schedule. 2 out of 9. They have a couple of road noon games.
And that Viking game will probably get flexed.
Right. So, Tausch nailed it right out of the chute. Like, I just think that you still got to play the games. You don't know where teams are going to be. We always say this. It's not who you play, it's when you play them. And when we say that, it's not about when you play them based on today, right, Tausch? It's when you play them based on where they are when that game arrives on your schedule and they're missing their starting left tackle or their quarterback is out with a concussion. Like, that's where it's not who you play, it's when you play them comes into focus, right?
Yep.
So those were the things that jumped out at me. I will be very curious to see how they finish the season. If they are healthy, and this was my takeaway in my Channel 3000 story when I had to make a prediction, if they are healthier than they were last year, because
who makes you make a prediction?
I kind of make myself do it, actually.
Because you don't have an editor. You run that whole shop.
Why don't
right?
you make yourself make a prediction here?
You don't even have an editor. Yeah, why?
What's different about that job than this job?
Like, you don't have an editor here either. You can do whatever the hell you want on the show.
Make a prediction.
Well, wait a minute. I predicted the record on the schedule release show.
Well, what
I
was
did the same thing last night.
Not everybody listens every day. What's your prediction?
Well, we didn't do predicting their record yesterday.
Willie?
Schedule release show.
That is correct.
All right.
That's where we didn't predict the
what
record.
Do you got? 14
we didn't have
and
the
3?
schedule yet.
So what did you predict them at?
11-6.
Ooh,
it's hedgy. Very hedgy.
Dude,
that's the over on the
win celebrate
total.
Our 10th anniversary, and you're surprised by my hedginess?
10.5 wins. He's got the over. That's a take.
I do.
We'll take that from him.
All right.
And if you guys want to, put a few shekels on that down at Hard Rock Casino Rockford based on my 11-6 prediction, go right ahead.
I'm gonna go. There's a couple of things I'm definitely gonna go. Jesse and I
are you gonna tell us what they are?
Yeah, I want to go when we go down to the sports book and we go in there and do it. I will.
Full review on Monday.
Absolutely, and it is a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. Hard Rock Casino Rockford offers the most generous and most frequent promotions of any casino in the Midwest. Join the Hard Rock Casino Rockford this month for a triple rev Harley giveaway. It's your chance to win a 2026 Harley-Davidson Lowrider motorcycle featuring rip-ready suspension, a heavy breather intake, and a performance-tuned 2-to-1 exhaust. This exceptional machine delivers refined power, sharper handling, and unmistakable Harley-Davidson craftsmanship. Earn entries now through May 24th. With grand prizes given away at 9 p.m. on Friday, May 22nd, Saturday, May 23rd, and Sunday, May 24th. Official rules are at casino.hardrock.com and on site at the Players Club. And Jesse and I will be in that sports book on Monday. And I know of at least 3, depending on the numbers. I love the Jordan Love MVP pick last year. With the numbers, I hope that those numbers are similar. I guess that they're going to be lower. And I'll have to make a debate on, I'll have to think through that. But to win the North, it's a probably very similar thought process. Last year we lost. I don't think we're going to lose this year.
Yeah, I love
Play
the
9 and
numbers.
shop and enjoy live shows at the Sportsbook Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. About 60 minutes is when I'll be leaving around 7:55-ish to get down there.
This will
for
be
our 9 o'clock
interesting
show.
with us driving separately this time to see who starts when and arrives when and who's on time and who's not.
Are they giving odds on being tardy?
For the party?
Marty?
I'll be later than Jesse, I believe.
Oh, I would have bet me being late because you're not holding me to a deadline to pick you up by a certain time, so I'll be a little lackadaisical getting out of the house.
So I lied. The first thing that jumped out at me when the schedule was released yesterday was not the 4 home games in the last 5 weeks. It wasn't when the bye fell. I will tell you what it was, because I specialize in meaningless games. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
May is Skilled Trades Month, a time to celebrate the hands-on careers that keep our communities and our economy moving forward. At Junior Achievement, students learn that great careers don't always start behind a desk. With support from Komatsu, students are exploring opportunities in skilled trades, advanced manufacturing, engineering, and technology in Milwaukee's Harbor District. Thank you, Komatsu, for helping inspire the next generation of builders, problem solvers, and innovators. Learn more at ja.org.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems, installation of new or old hoops, and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code MOVE to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code MOVE to borrow up to $10,000. Use code MOVE to borrow up to $10,000.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Homer here for Window Nation. May's weather is pretty nice, but those hot summer days will be here soon, which means high utility bills from your AC running constantly. Don't wait until the heat hits to try and avoid the extra energy costs. Upgrade your home's windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine replacing all your windows with energy-efficient ones and get half of them free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down and no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. And as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, book a consultation. Ask how you could score a pair of Brewers tickets. Windows, all windows can let your cool AC leak outside and your energy bills take the head. But Window Nation's windows are built with insulated glass, strong frames, and tight seals that fit just right. Get a cooler, more comfortable home, and you could even see lower energy bills the first month. Put an end to your window problems. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Avid listeners to the program know a couple of things. One, we're getting ready to celebrate our 10th anniversary as a radio program.
A lot of fun planned for that this summer, by the way.
YouTube show, podcast, however you like to consume the program. We are certainly very grateful that you choose to do so. So thank you for that. And that ever since that fateful day in Minneapolis where the Packers sat everyone and threw poor Clayton Tune to the wolves of the Brian Flores defense, Tausch loves to give me a hard time about going and covering that game, which I didn't know at the time would be as meaningless as it turned out to be.
Oh, you had a pretty good idea.
No,
you definitely did before you drove up there. Like what?
Well, I knew before I drove there.
A couple weeks in advance, we had a pretty good idea.
That thing was Rap
Christmas
City.
Day, we knew it was kind of.
After we lost to the Bears, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
A game that I was also at, and that I was not expecting that game to go the way it did. But Tausch calls it the Bishop's Charities game, this and that. Funny guy. That's great. Well, I have a proposal. Because the thing that I was most excited about when I saw the schedule was that the Green Bay Packers will open preseason play. You know, I love preseason games in Pittsburgh. It will be sometime between August 13th and August 16th.
Flex scheduling preseason. I like that.
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
Mike McCarthy will be the head coach. We think Aaron Rodgers, who predicted this show would not last a year.
He's a complicated fella.
Will be the quarterback, although I can't imagine him playing in that football game. They'll follow that up with a game in Denver, and then the final preseason game will be against the Arizona Cardinals. Head coach Mike LaFleur and Packers head coach Matt LaFleur have already said they plan on having joint practices together. Any chance that Big Mike and Matty Eyebrows would like to do some joint practices in Pittsburgh? And we could all road trip out there.
How fun
see
would
our
that
old
be?
pal ACR. See our old pal Big Mike.
How far is West Virginia from Pittsburgh? Is it not that far?
Why do you want to go to West Virginia?
Because it's one of the states that
he wants to go to that.
I have not been to
the estate.
What's that place?
I do want to get out there.
I don't remember the name of it.
Greenbrier.
The Greenbrier.
But,
The Greenbrier. Yeah.
On the concept of it, I think it's really good. I already have plans, so probably not going to happen on my end. But I think from a show standpoint, we should definitely do it.
Okay. So what you're basically saying is I should go out
to
there.
To me, if they do a joint practice, you need to go out there. You need to get in your car and take your family and go a road tripping down to Pittsburgh. That's what you need to do.
Will gas prices be lower by then?
You ain't going to get on a plane. We know that. And you can't go down to Pato because it's not in Pittsburgh. So you're going to have to get in your car and take your family because you ain't going to go anywhere without. We know that. So you're going to have to all go and that's where you should make a nice family trip out there.
To Pittsburgh.
You and Wally could go from the damn sports show. And he's from Pittsburgh, so he could show you
he'll
around.
Sub for me. And I will
There
call
you go.
in.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can get Rodgers to sit. You can get T.J. Watt. You can get Mike. What a deal that would be.
Wildy and Wally.
And now there's
Road
no way
trip
the
to
Packers
Pittsburgh.
are going to do a joint practice with them, right? That's just not going to happen.
Traditionally, they don't do a joint practice before the first preseason game, but the other option would be Denver. Sometimes they only do one. Other times they do two. I still would propose that the way they are approaching the games themselves, you should do 2 out of the 3 games you play to get true value from the preseason. So they'll have family night.
This
first
makes a
week
lot
in
of
August.
sense. Now, I have to just figure out if there is a way that I don't know how far it is from West Virginia to Pittsburgh. I don't think it's that far.
That's like the college football rivalry. The
That's what I
backyard
thought. Yeah,
brawl. They're
backyard
very
brawl.
close to each other.
And this should be a no-brainer for us. If they do a joint practice, our show needs to go out there. Minus me.
Do you think if it's on the local Packers TV broadcast for the preseason game, do you think they get an in-game interview with Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
On the sideline.
I do. Yep.
That would be the most highly anticipated in-game preseason sideline interview in the history of preseason football.
I would think they should do it with Jordan and Aaron together. And that's what, if we would go and do that, I would hope we'd get both of them to do it. With Jason's great relationship with both, I think that would be a lot of fun.
That would be fun. I am curious.
Get
to
a
see.
barbecue joint to sponsor this bad boy, the Backyard Barbecue Brawl, and just have a heck of a time down there.
Okay. Why do we need the barbecue joint?
Because why not?
Okay.
Very, very, very frustrating.
Just was wondering.
You Big Mike and Matt, 2 of your favorites. And you got your other 2 favorites as quarterback.
Maybe we could do like a
favorites.
round table.
Probably got a couple
coaches.
There's probably a couple other favorites that you got that
It'd
are
be
out
better
there.
than a family reunion. This would just be.
Uncle Aaron gets to see his kids.
We might have to move
his nephews or whatever they call it, however that works.
We might have to move the Wildy and
Uncle.
Tausch 10-year anniversary plans and move it out to Pittsburgh that week.
I'm out. I can't make it. But Jason and your crew, I love it.
We will continue to work on those. I think it would
It's
be
a
really
good.
fun.
This is your best week of ideas you've ever had in 10 years on this show.
Well, let me
If
make
I'm you, I take next week off. You're not going to be any better. Like, this is your pinnacle. Okay. Like, you've reached your pinnacle.
We got to squeeze him for the next 2 hours because it's all done after this week.
He'll probably shut her down. I'm guessing there's a little bit of a shutdown.
That's my rep. Since I'm full of good ideas, I got another idea for you. If you've been injured in an accident, I hope you haven't been. I hope you're listening to the show, enjoying all the nonsense that we deliver for 3 hours each day during the week, and you're feeling great and you haven't been in a car accident, you're not injured in any way. But if you have been, or if that happens down the road, there is only one call to make. One call, that's all. Gruber Law Offices. David and his team for 4 decades have been helping Milwaukeeans and Wisconsinites and residents of the Midwest. They're everywhere now, and they're there to help you get what you deserve if you've been injured in an accident. Don't go anywhere else. Make the call. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch kicks off in 2 minutes. So stick around for more.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Your local bar could be your ticket to a global stage. Michelob Ultra's Soccer Shootout is giving fans the chance to win tickets to the FIFA World Cup 26 at Spanky's in Waterford on Saturday, May 16th, starting at 11 a.m. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Stenny's North Shore, Elbow Room Cedarburg, and Moran South Milwaukee. Your neighborhood, your shot at the world's biggest game. Play for the chance to witness history. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21+. Void where prohibited.
We have standards in Wisconsin. Cheese should squeak. Sports and tailgating go hand in hand with brats aplenty. And beef is a delicacy where each bite makes you close your eyes for a second. For 50 years, Bunzel's has been hand-selecting the finest beef, making homemade specialty sausages, and crafting award-winning jerky right here at home. Because Wisconsin is still cattle country, quality isn't optional. It's expected. And after 5 decades, Bunzel's still delivers. Stop in today at 90th and Burleigh or at bunzels.com.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breese Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde's house begins now. Jesse has grand designs of playing the Packers schedule release video. For those of you watching on YouTube who haven't seen it, like Tausch, that'll be your first look at it. You'll be able to enjoy that. I'm not sure how it'll play if we give it the Tausch going for a walk, listening to a TV show.
Yeah, it hasn't worked with Homeland like I'd wanted.
Homeland is so good.
It's so good, and I think I feel like I've probably missed a little bit by. Now I think I know the general, and I'm right at the end of season 1, and I'm debating I'm going to try to get my walk in later this afternoon, and I'm debating finishing it, but I got some other stuff that I want to listen to, and it's
half the show is in subtitles because they're speaking another language. How do you think you're watching the show in your pocket?
I still can't believe you thought this was a good idea.
If there's subtitles, I pull it out. Now, has anyone come up with a way of putting, like, getting it where you can walk and have like a thing in front of you so you can watch as you're walking?
Well, that seems safe.
Like a treadmill. But I want to be outside. Get that
like
good
a
vitamin
treadmill.
D. No, it's treadmill.
Move your treadmill
Put
outside.
your treadmill outside.
No, I'm not going to do that. But you get what I'm saying.
Don't be ridiculous.
That's crazy talk. That's absolutely crazy talk. But what is this in reference to again? Why did you bring up Homeland?
Because we're going to play the schedule release video.
I think what we should do, we can play it during the commercial break for Tausch as a digi only if you're with us on YouTube. And then he'll share his reactions when we come back on the show to start the segment.
Okay,
let's do that.
So what I'm going to do here.
If you guys had to pick one game you don't think we're winning, which game are you thinking?
I thought you said you were like keeping this secret.
Till the 10 o'clock hour, yeah. One game. We ain't winning. Which game are you saying?
I think the Green Bay Packers are going to sweep the Chicago Bears this season.
That's not what I asked, though. I think the Packers are going to beat the Jets. Okay, great. What other questions are we going to answer that I didn't ask?
I like our odds against Atlanta.
Oh, my God. I think we're going to have a hell of a bye week. Like, what are we doing? What game? Okay, Jason, let me rephrase this because this is what you do in the media. Okay, thank you for your answer, but what?
I didn't answer. I was setting up my
you gave
answer.
me an answer, but it wasn't to the question I asked.
But
so now instead of let me ask you a question, you've changed it up because you get annoyed with me telling you to stop doing that. Now you just answer a different question. I kind of like this bit that you're doing. Hey, Tausch, what did you think about Giannis and all of this off the field stuff? I don't know. Bobby Portis, a good ball player. What are you doing?
I do want to
I'm going to start just answering random stuff about Jason's questions. Well, what do you mean?
That's not, I was setting up my answer by eliminating the Bears games from that.
Oh, is that what you were doing?
It was.
Okay.
I do want to get into what Miles Turner said about the tight ship that Doc Rivers was running.
What
though.
a
If you have not
show
seen
that was. Holy no,
with Brianna Stewart
I'm gonna
on
tell
our
you this,
podcast.
That looked a lot worse for Giannis than it did for Doc.
It did. It definitely did, but it also was not great for the Doc.
But we all knew that about it. I mean, Doc's
for sure.
Doc's reign as the coach here was disastrous. Let's just call it what it was. No, it was disastrous.
So what do you think of Giannis?
Let's see if we can we get Thanasis on to talk about that with Giannis? That would be. What do you think?
He does do a show called Thanalysis.
I know.
I
I love
what
that
the schedule
pod.
is for that.
Yeah.
I know we did a live version of it. Woo! If you can remember those reads. I think they're going to lose in New Orleans. The New Orleans Saints fancy themselves a playoff team. That's why they didn't want to play the Packers in Paris.
They're going to play the Packers. Oh, gosh. Oh, shucks. The Packers.
They're going to lose to the Saints.
They can't beat the Saints down there in New Orleans.
Put it in the bag.
At least they're not in bag.
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to be, Charlie Barons now? Where was that coming from? Now he's so confident and swaggy from his great week.
Not at all.
Now he's testing out new stuff to see if it's as good as he feels invincible. He's got invincibility about him right now, and I love it.
You're going to be fat and happy on beignets.
Oh my God! And he's now he thinks he can cough on air too. He doesn't even have to use the cough button.
I couldn't get to the cough
Just gotta
button.
hack away. Geez. So you think we can't go down to the bayou?
Not so easy
to bayou. Actually, the Saints. I think that's a good pick, Jason. I think that's a really good pick. You're going to be coming off of hopefully a huge win, a little bit of a bye, a little baby bye, and I think the Saints will be better. I don't know to what degree, but I think they'll be better. But the answer for me is right out of the gates. I think at Minnesota.
Oh.
I picked them to lose last night on the show too. Yeah,
that's gonna be tough, man. I am poo-pooing the Vikings for a lot of reasons, but I still think Kevin O'Connell's a hell of a coach. I really respect what he does. I think Flores is a really good defensive coordinator. they've lost a lot, and they have a quarterback. They don't know what's going to happen. But they have a lot of talent on that team, and I think they're going to be better than we think. I still don't think they're going to be a threat in the long run from a NFC North standpoint, but with all of the things and with probably no Micah in that building, a lot of pent-up frustration. They're coming off of their big win in the Bishop's charity game to finish their season.
Not sure about your offensive line against that group, and
that
how
defense.
Good is Jordan Morgan going to be at left tackle, and how challenged is he going to be by that scheme and that defense?
It's the worst-case scenario for Jordan Morgan. I'm going to tell you that right now. If he can go up there and perform at a high level in that building with that noise, because that ain't going to be one of these split crowd deals. That's going to be a room full of purple screaming people.
He's going to be more overconfident than I am.
Yeah, I think we lose to the Vikings to start the season. That's going to be I'm going to probably headline that up. I'm going to pick that, and that's what I think. If I had to pick one game that I feel kind of Denver-ishy about, that's the Vikings.
Okay, what movie are we going to use? Jesse, what's your game that you think they're going to lose?
Okay, so I wanted to do a little more research to come up with a killer stat to give you here for this
Since
nugget.
when do you do research?
I was starting to do it, and I was interrupted, but I can say this.
When were you interrupted? You weren't
Just
even
now.
talking. Oh.
Point being.
You interrupted yourself.
Okay, start over.
It's in the bag.
I believe the Green Bay Packers will lose at Detroit.
That was my other one that I'm
on
nervous
October
about.
25th, because when the Packers have gone to Detroit to play on Thanksgiving on short rest, they've been good.
Yeah.
When Detroit has had a full week under Dan Campbell to prepare for the Packers in Detroit, I don't believe they have lost to the Packers.
Whoa. Knowledge.
You don't believe, but you
But
haven't
I
completed
didn't
your
find
research.
all the full
so
research.
you're
Big old
guessing.
knowledge
I know
So
at
is that
least
accurate?
the last 3 times when Detroit's had a full week to prepare for the Packers, they beat them at home.
How many years has he been coach? Has he been even coach?
I think 6 years he's been there now.
All right.
So Detroit on a full week's rest, preparing for Green Bay on October 25th in a 3:25 window. That one concerns me quite a bit, and I think Detroit beats the Packers that day, and it could have massive division implications.
Nah, it's just going to set it all up for that Saturday night thriller up at Lambeau on Jan 9. That's what it's going to do.
You also said something while we're on the subject of Detroit. You were giving Jason some grief again about covering that Week 18 thriller with Clayton Tune last year.
Yeah.
Is it possible that the Week 18 finale that Jason covered in Minneapolis last year, while meaningless for the 2025 Green Bay Packers, could prove to be incredibly significant for the division title chances for the Packers in 2026?
No.
Because Minnesota won, they play the third-place schedule. Detroit plays the fourth-place schedule,
Okay,
as
so
we
who
talked
are the
about
teams
earlier.
they play? They play Arizona, and the other squad plays San Fran. Minnesota plays San Fran. Detroit will play Arizona. What's the other correlative
Is
games?
it the Giants and Washington? It'd be
Both
one or
are
the
going to be
other?
better. No, I don't think. That game is still a meaningless burger, in my opinion.
A little bit of breaking news from a former Badgers legend who has joined us in the past on the Yingling Legends line. Speaking of legends, I believe we're going to talk to our buddy Marco Siki briefly to set up casting for kids this weekend, and scheduled to appear at 11:30. A Hawkeyes legend, a Packers legend, and mostly a Bills legend, given that the Packers were foolish enough to let him out the door. Micah Hyde is scheduled to appear in the 11 o'clock hour. So we want to get you ready for that. I do have one thing I want to get to with Tausch. It's going to drag down the mood a little bit, so I'll save that for a little bit later. But next we are going to, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Jesse, we are going to watch the schedule release video as a digi-only, kind of like that Mystery Science 3000 theater or whatever, where they are sitting in the theater and they're commenting as it's playing. Is Tausch going to do that?
Yes, so I'll have everybody set up. This will be on the Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed, on the Wilde and Tausch Facebook page, and because of how we're set up, it'll be on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Unfortunately, if you're watching with us on ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, it will not be able to be heard there, although you will see the video. That's just the way our logistics are set up for our video stream here. So the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, Wilde and Tausch Twitter, Wilde and Tausch Facebook. That's where you can stay with us for the Digi-only commercial break, where we will watch the video and then share reactions to follow.
We will do that after Tausch tells us about UW Credit Union.
UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here, and for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here forever. You proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals, and I always tell you about this mobile app. It is fantastic. Offers a simple way to check accounts, make transfers, and more. That is a smart play from the pocket. UW Credit Union is your location for home loans. With UW Credit Union's local experts, a great loan at a great rate is never far from home. Join today at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions to apply.
So stick around during the commercial break on the video feeds. And if you're on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel and you're interested in this, make the switch over to the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day, the Cardless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Cardless talk and text line. This is more.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
Health and availability of the others around him have played a huge role in what we saw last year, right? Rasheed Rice dealing with some stuff off the field. Xavier Worthy getting hurt early on. That matters. The offensive line, Josh Simmons not particularly being healthy early on in the season. I think all of those key actors, if they're healthy, that sets up well for Patrick Mahomes. And then, oh, by the way, he's got K9 in the backfield, a Super Bowl MVP, 1,000-yard rusher. Patrick Mahomes, since he became the full-time starter in Kansas City, has never had a 1,000-yard rusher. So I think this is going to be a huge difference. If the Kansas City Chiefs are going to get back to the Super Bowl, and I absolutely think it's possible, they're going to have to adopt the philosophy offensively of what the New England Patriots did in the 2010s with Tom Brady. In a couple of those seasons, you're talking about the New England Patriots being top 3 in rush attempts in the league. Kansas City has never been that.
Rich Eisen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payments sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with 0 alcohol, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and 0 calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
Enjoy Ozaki County's premier golf destination, The Bog in Saukville. Featuring 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, The Bog offers a golf experience unlike any other for all skill levels. But The Bog is more than just golf. It's the perfect setting for corporate events, weddings, and group outings. Our team brings every detail to life. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, then enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy The Bog.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
So I watched Mark Tauscher watch the schedule release video from the Green Bay Packers social media team. Tausch, your thoughts?
I don't get it. I thought bringing. Can we spoiler alert this? Like,
It's been out there for quite a while.
The Claymaker being out, that was awesome. Like bringing Clay into it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Leroy bringing it into it. I like the player part of it. I don't understand. What are we whipping with ring baloney? Like, who are we beating?
The evil cheese curds, obviously.
But we like cheese curds.
Yeah, I again, they're in a.
Like if you're doing that to a lion, or to a bear, or to a Viking,
yeah.
All right. I don't understand. Like, there was no correlation with the teams we were playing.
Right, to any of the opponents. That was exactly my thought.
Yeah, it didn't even go in any order. They just showed the schedule at the end, so the video could have been made, like, a year ago, and it wouldn't have made a difference.
Maybe it was.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I understand it's tough, and you got to figure out ways. This is not built for me. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to see the schedule regardless. They're trying to get younger people, and I'm guessing there's some type of a youth game with this, which if that is the case, great. Not for me. Not built for me, not meant for me, and I am not interested in it. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
Now, the Packy deal, there's talk of that mascot bringing back. I don't see that. Now, if you can monetize it, all right.
He's cuddly.
Looks way too much like Ragnar to me.
So in 1983, when you were, 6 years old?
Something in that ballpark, yeah.
I was 11. The NFL, and I think it was through, believe it or not, Avon, like Avon Lady, they had these cuddly mascots for all 28 at the time teams. And they had like little stuffed versions of it. They had them, I think they were also in the Sears catalog or JCPenney catalog, if I remember correctly. I know I have somewhere in a bin some of these cards, including Packy the Packer, who they did bring out as a mascot in the otherwise depressing 80s. I think 84, they then brought out like a human dressed as Packy the Packer. It did not last very long, as Claymation Tucker Craft points out. Does anyone else, like, you have to be fairly old. Jesse has no idea who that is, right, Jesse? Like, you had never seen that ever.
That was new information to me.
I played for the team for 11 years and watched as a kid, and I had no idea this existed.
He's not in the Packers Hall of Fame somewhere near your I
love the fact that they're using ring baloney as like a neck roll, though. I do like that.
Well, they also used it as like nunchucks.
Oh, ring baloney's a very multi-talented piece of meat.
I think Josh Jacobs did. So yeah, it was. I thought that was one of the fun things. I obviously love the "It Is Time" reference. R.I.P. to Kevin Green, who uttered that phrase during the Super Bowl. But generally speaking, I was confused as to why it made no reference to any of the opponents. That would be my one critique from it.
So, was it great or did it suck?
It was mid. I hate to hedge.
Shocker.
It was better than the trippy one they did. Was that last year? The Packers seem to be bad at this.
Wow.
Jeez.
I mean, have they ever done a good schedule release video? Like, maybe that's just not our thing.
I mean,
maybe,
do you have
maybe
to,
we should
are
just
they
roll
mandating it to do that? You have to do that?
Next year, I would like Ed Policy in a suit with a whiteboard to just walk out and say, here's the schedule, and walk away, and that's what we do for the schedule
Might
release
not be
video.
a bad idea.
Everyone else is trying to do too much. Let's just go bare minimum. Ed Policy in a suit, here you go.
It does feel as though this has become like some sort of a competition among the different NFL teams' social media staffs, right? Like they're all trying to outdo each other. It's their Super Bowl, basically.
There's 3 that are good. The Chargers are the best at it. The Titans are very good at it because they had the best one of all time with the logos. And then I think the Colts are pretty good at it.
Okay.
Theirs is usually good. And I watched theirs last night. It wasn't as good as some of their others,
all
but it was
3
good.
of those teams stink.
Yeah, they
so
got to be
they don't
good
have
at
great. I mean, we have a great fan base. We care about ball, just like players when they come in. It's if you want to hit South Beach, you want to be out in L.A., New York. Now you want to come play ball and win and be a part of a winning operation. Come to Green Bay. And you want to have a great schedule release? Go to Tennessee.
I would like for the Packers to retire trying to compete with the other teams in the schedule release videos, and I would like us to do something different for next year's 2027 schedule. We don't need a fancy video like this. We need something different.
All right, what is it? Give a solution.
So you're just going to give up?
Let's do, instead of leaking the schedule on the day of the schedule release, put it like the Brewers did a gnome, like the gnomes were hiding in all the county parks giveaway a bunch of years ago.
I remember that,
Like,
yeah.
let's go hide the information about the teams that the Packers are playing at different places around the state of Wisconsin, and fans get to go out and find
I don't
them.
think the league lets you do that.
I think that's against the rules.
All right, well, I don't know. We got a year to brainstorm.
Good deal.
Let's just not do this anymore.
All right.
They're never good.
I'm curious if other people feel this way. Look, I want to make. I have to admit, I'm not their target demographic for this. Like they're not trying to get me or you for that matter.
Yeah, they brought a '83 icon back.
Right, but I think it was. I think they were looking for kind of fun little things that, like when you go see a kids movie, right? And there's like kind of double entendre phrases that are jokes for adults that go over kids' heads. Like Disney does that a lot. By the way, did you see in the spin wheel that they do? We can't even say the P hot. Now I know why Jesse wanted the video to be played on the YouTube during the commercial break, because we can't say the Matt LaFleur phrase according to FCC rules. There was also a reference to just the tip, which was from a press conference with Matt LaFleur at one point about a finger injury. I think it was with Rodgers' thumb or something.
I think that was from Wedding Crashers.
Right, but LaFleur made the reference.
Anytime you got to think too much, it's not good.
You're making my point.
I think they called them Easter eggs. So there were a few that you had to be paying attention for. I did not see them all. I did not get them all. Nice job by Tom Grossi, who had a cameo in there, and, of course, Leroy Butler and Clay Matthews as well. All right. We need to play trivia. Jesse, I assume this will not be trivia about other schedule release videos.
It will not be. The Chargers did a Halo theme. I'm sure you guys are.
I've never played that game. I watched it only because I was told that there was a couple of references to the Mike Vrabel situation.
Yeah, in fairness, I would have thought that sucked too. So this is not my.
Yeah.
This is not where I would be. Now, I really enjoyed the Raiders because it was football related. And also a movie that I liked.
I'm ready to declare I feel the same way about schedule release videos that I feel about roasts.
You would like them permanently banned.
They're not for me, and I don't find them particularly funny or overly creative. I think they're pretty stupid. Occasionally there will be a good one, but it's not worth all the bad we get from all the other ones. I am officially saying that is my opinion on schedule release videos.
You don't like roasts?
No, oh my God.
Do you not remember this?
Well, I remember he was mad about
his pristine little ears. He couldn't take it.
About poor little Tom Brady.
They did the Kevin Hart one last week.
Oh, I'm still listening. That's another one that's made my list ahead of.
It's just like inappropriate and mean.
That's roasting.
And that's not funny though.
Well,
like
don't listen
that's real
to it.
life stuff that they're bringing up in this roast. And, because it's a roast, it's funny. Otherwise, like you can file charges against these people for some of the things they're saying to them in this net. But
you are such a delicate flower.
They're stupid.
You sit here and critique and rip players all the time, and it ain't funny. And you think that's fine on air. But then you don't like comics that are paid to do that? That sign up to do it?
They're not funny.
You're okay.
The 2026 NFL schedule. Today's Willie and Tausch trivia category. Questions about the schedule in its entirety across the league as it was announced last night.
We'll take caller 26 for 2026. Make Jesse work a little bit. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 26 will play trivia after I tell you that Steinhaffel's Memorial Day sale is happening right now. Save up to 30% store-wide. Plus, don't miss out on standout deals like a Beauty Rest mattress for just $399. And right now, you can make it even easier to bring it home with Steinhaffel's with their 18-month 0% interest financing. It's all part of the Memorial Day sale at Steinhaffel's. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com. Steinhaffel's, Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. Relax! It's Steinhaffel's. Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tosher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
On Thursday, May 28th, join Sharp for the 10th annual Unwrapped MKE from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 3rd Street Market Hall. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based education programs serving thousands of urban elementary students in schools throughout Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org. If you are a junior or senior, a graduating senior, or a parent of a high school basketball player with a goal of playing college basketball, visit the DME Academy Wisconsin program on the beautiful campus of St. John's and Delafield. Training starts in August with top flight coaches, facilities, and academics. You will play against the top players and teams and in front of college coaches across America. Ignite your dream of playing college basketball. Google DME at St. John's Northwestern Academy on the campus of St. John's and Delafield.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high-alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local Fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there,
and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's Miraculous No Small Print Warranty yourself at Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
Some companies build projects. At Professional Construction, Inc., we build relationships.
That means showing up early, taking pride in the details, and having each other's backs on and off the job site.
We're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be part of a team.
Not just another paycheck, but a place where the people you work with actually matter.
If you work hard, take pride in what you build, and want to join a tight-knit crew, then we'd love to meet you.
Apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
Roll out the winning this May at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Have a barrel of fun with your share of $300,000. Just play with your rewards card for entries, and Thursday night you could hit a home run. Plus, your May drawing entries all count towards the Big League Series prize drawing in June. It's Tic Tac Home Run, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Oh, it's been a while. It's been a while since we had a first-time contestant. But that's about to change as we play.
This is not our average first-time contestant. This is a voice who we hear a lot on this show, but has just never played trivia. This is going to be fun.
He likes this big package, huh? Big package guy. Right?
Come again?
This is a big package. You got Cousins, you got Vortex, you got Iron
yeah. Oh,
you think I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Time now for trivia presented, as Tausch mentioned in his package, by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on. By Iron Jock, no stink, just performance, and proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. And by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs. They believe in better.
What are you doing over there?
Well, I realized I'm a walking billboard.
We got coffee again?
I don't know. I brought this from home.
But that's coffee?
This is my Vortex mug with coffee in it here, and I'm wearing my Iron Jock polo.
We got to get back out to Vortex.
So if I just had a Cousin Sub in hand, I would be a walking billboard for Wilde and Tausch Trivia.
Probably in your gullet.
Realized.
Right, already got that down your gullet.
Gullet.
Are you guys done?
Yes, I am.
Time now. He's a big package guy, and he's a first-time contestant.
Said he likes the big package guy. Yeah.
Tomato, tomato. It is John in West Bend. John, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. You ready to play?
Gentlemen, thank you for taking my call. Glad to be the contestant this morning. Loved being with you yesterday when I was west of Chippewa Falls. But no,
yes,
I've never
we're
played
aware.
geography.
We know the voice.
We
got to get the Chippewa Falls.
How was graduation?
Oh, it was, see, you're going to get me to start crying. It was awesome.
That's what I'm shooting
It was just awesome.
Tell us about your emotions.
Just awesome. Thank you.
How did you feel?
You can't, It's like when you see your first child born.
Yeah.
You can't explain it until it happens, and then there it is, and you put on the sunglasses after and hope people don't notice that you're crying.
I think.
Did you hear his voice cracking at the end there?
I think
we're onto something.
Awesome.
This is like doing the senior day ceremony before the last home game of the year. Like, you're going to get John in a mental state now, and then he's going to mess up trivia. He's all emotional.
Or he's going to refocus because he's so proud of how everything played out, and he's just going to be that much more confident. Just like Jason for this great week of takes that he's had.
All right, John. Control your emotions. Focus in. Question number 1. As a first-time contestant, a long-time caller, your question is this. Which of these is not an international destination for an NFL game during the 2026 NFL season?
It's a great question.
This is a great question.
It's a great question. Oh, boy.
It's a great callback, almost as great as Packy. Melbourne, Australia, Paris, France, or Stratford-upon-Avon, England?
That would be Melbourne, Australia.
Let's.
No, he got it wrong. It's wrong. You can't change the rules.
I'm sorry.
No, it's Jason's trip to Stratford-upon-Avon, not Stratford, Wisconsin, which is a powerhouse football program. It's
powerhouse
hard for me to say
Tigers.
that.
Yeah.
That is Jason's.
I canceled the trip, yes.
Oh, I thought you were going.
You're not going?
No, you're still going.
No, I was canceled.
Oh.
I'm confused. All right. Anyways, here we go. The Seattle Seahawks opened the 2026 NFL regular season on a Wednesday night at home, hosting which opponent in a rematch from a big game last year? Is it the LA Rams, the New England Patriots, or the San Francisco 49ers?
I believe that would be the New England Patriots.
That's correct.
Well, Jesse's senior night ceremony line was pretty accurate there, though. We got that first one wrong. All right, let's get the last one here, John. Which of these is one of the 5 NFL teams that is not scheduled to play a primetime game during the 2026 season? Is it the Las Vegas Raiders, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or the New Orleans Saints?
I think I'm going to get this wrong, but I'll guess with the Raiders.
You are not going to get that wrong. You're going to get that right. The rare first one wrong, last 2 rights. John, that means you got 3 of the possible 4 entries into the drawing, and Jesse's going to do it live on the air right now.
We're doing it now. Micah Hyde coming up at 11:30. Don't want to miss it, so here we go. John, long-time caller, first-time contestant. Levi and Stevens Point is in here. Mike, the wedding DJ, is in here. A lot of chips this week. Congratulations, not to John. Sorry, John. You can play again next week.
But your daughter still graduated
Love
from
you guys.
college, which is awesome.
Johnny.
I love you guys. Yes, she did.
Chip number 2 belongs to Mike, the wedding DJ.
He gets to share a sub with Wildy, and they get to hash out their takes.
Like Lady and the Tramp.
Mike was not a moron. He got every question right. He earned every chip into the helmet, and he is this week's
Nothing
winner.
moronic about that.
That's a shame. That is Wildy and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf. All right, we're moving things around a little bit today. We will not wrap up the show and wrap up the week with Feel Good Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. We will wrap up the 10 o'clock hour that way, as our friend Mark Osiki joins us next to talk about this weekend's Casting for Kids fundraiser for the American Family Children's Hospital and all the great work that they've done, and the Carbone Cancer Center, all the things that benefit from that. We will talk about that next. It's Wildy and Tausch.
This is Wildy and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Tiara from Events by Design here. We were thrilled to work with Thanasis Antetokounmpo on Thanalysis Live.
Welcome to the stage, Nature Boy, Rick Flair!
Events by Design, a proud partner of Thanalysis.
Mr. Pat Murphy!
Events by Design. We design, you party.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker, And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help you find value on the things you value. So when it's time to take on a project, we've got you covered with the right supplies at unbeatable prices. Right now, during our yard defense days, save $10 on select estate lawn fertilizers. Select Ortho Weed Clear lawn treatments, $4 off. Plus, buy 3 Goodyear or Cooper tires, get one free, with up to $80 in consumer rebates also available. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
You can search for the biggest bat selection, but I'm here to save you time because the best baseball and softball bat selection in the Midwest is right here at Burkhardt Sporting Goods. We stock just about every bat on the market from all the top manufacturers like Easton, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Marucci, and more, and sell them all at the guaranteed lowest prices. So get in here and try a few out in our indoor batting cages. There's no need to look any further because when it comes to bats, if you want it, we got it at Burkhardt Sporting Goods.
You can't beat Burkhardt.
When you run a team, you want great uniforms, and you know selling spiritwear is vital. That's why Burkhardt Sporting Goods will create a free custom website for you to sell your families and players the coolest spiritwear from Nike and Under Armour, as well as the basics, while helping you fundraise at the same time. We take the hassle out of coordinating your team's apparel and make shopping and buying easy. So when you need awesome spiritwear and uniforms for your organization, you can't beat Burkhardt.
You can't beat Burkhardt.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Chain of lakes, and more importantly, hosted by our friend, Mark Osiki. Mark, good morning. How are you, buddy?
What's up, boys? How you guys doing?
We're super. We're excited for you. We're excited for the event. You got any open boats left? Jesse was hoping, or we were hoping you could throw Jesse out of one.
We could get you guys in a boat anytime, so just let me know. We'll make room. We're sold out of boats, but for you guys, no problem. It is year 8, but it is 9 overall because of COVID.
Oz, how are the fishing conditions right now? When you're,
you know what? They're good.
Okay.
They're good. Yeah, they're good. The water is down a little bit. They're a little bit. The lakes are a little bit behind. Typically, the weed growth, from what I'm told, I'm not an expert, but my experts are telling me that. Wally Bantry, he was on Mendota yesterday. Said the weed growth a little low, but the bite is there. The fish are snapping, so that should be fun for everybody.
The fish are snapping, Jason. The fish are snapping. One of these years, we're going to figure our way over there. Oz, can you explain again? And you obviously coached here. Can you explain why this is so important? Because the children's everything that you've been doing, why you're still doing it?
Yeah, you know what, you guys, it hits home. Obviously, when you talk about families, I mean, I had a gal that reached out to me the other day just out of the blue, and just you start tearing up hearing the stories. So it hits so many people when you talk about the Children's Hospital, and then you couple that with cancer, and then the pediatric cancer research that UW hospitals and clinics are doing, and they're phenomenal. And for me, it's personal because I started out my life in the Children's Hospital. And I'm lucky enough to know a few people in the sport world, and we can mesh the two along with my passion of fishing. And it's awesome. It's so much fun to be able to hear stories. Like I said, I received this message the other day out of the blue, and that's what it's all about. And we're going to actually play a video from this gal, and it's a 9-month-old daughter that is sick, really not in a good condition at all. But Dr. Capitini was talking to me about it because I had to educate I'm just a dumb hockey player. So, I had to call him and educate myself on what this is all about. And so the video is going to run right before he talked. And we're the #1 research hospital in this area of cancer research for children. And it's really cool. It's going to tie in really well with our event and explaining why we're doing this thing. So there's a lot of passion there, and it's fun. I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's fun. I mean, everyone's here. We're setting up, and we're trying to have a good time. They have to listen to me get the coaching voice out once in a while, so I feel bad for them a little bit. And certainly my family, I feel bad. But our event's incredible. Illumicraft gives us a boat, and Dan Watusik is probably listening right now with Illumicraft, and they're absolutely incredible.
Oz, I've said this to you privately, though, and to Tausch's point, obviously you're not coaching at UW anymore, but you continued to do this, and I just think that says so much about who you are and how much you care about what you guys have built. For those that aren't aware, what are you up to these days other than raising a bunch of money for two great causes with your fishing tournament?
Yeah, we're going to push over $1 million raised this year. So
Let's go.
I'm still in for a small little group. It's kind of cool. It's kind of special
for
us. We feel pretty good about that. We need some help with some major sponsors outside the Madison area and the outdoor world to help underwrite our expenses as those are continuing to go up for everybody. Everyone's feeling that. What I'm up to, I'm still in the rink. I love being in a rink. I'm watching, scouting. I work with Pittsburgh Penguins. I have now year 3. And so it's been really fun to see the growth with Pittsburgh and our group right now and making a push this year to get into the playoffs when everyone said no chance. And to go watch. And this year's at training camp, again, hats off to Crosby, man. I sit there, I watched every single second he was on the ice. He was the first guy on the ice, led every single drill, led by example to 18-year-old rookies. It was awesome.
Well, and the good news is now that if I'm going to go in August to Pittsburgh without Tausch for that preseason game with the Steelers, I've got a cousin sub. You can just meet me in Pittsburgh, spend some time with your Penguins staffers, and then you can do the radio show with me. I think this is going to work out great.
I can set you up. Absolutely. That would be a blast. I would love it.
Oz, obviously, I understand the challenges of coaching and how things play out. But one of my favorite things that you and I got to do, and I don't think I helped in any way, I'm not taking any credit for this, but you and Coach Granato brought Quinn Finley to a Packers practice when you were recruiting him at training camp. And I got to hang out with the three of you. I got absolutely no work done, but I had so much fun. Right? It was great to catch up with you and Tony, and I love you both. And that's one of my favorite training camp memories. You don't get to do fun stuff like that. You're usually taking notes, and I took very few notes that day. I am wondering for you. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I just wondered for you.
Go ahead off.
It was a go ahead off, yes. I was just wondering for you what it was like to see the guys you recruited to get to where they did in the tournament this year, because I know regardless of how things ended, you love those guys and you poured a lot into them. And Dex, who joined us, those guys mean a lot to you.
Well, I mean, that's why you're in it. That's why you're in the coaching side of it. It's really not about the coaching and the wins. It's about what can you make a difference in any of these kids' lives. I mean, my time in Green Bay, I still talk to guys. Matt Green sent me a text this morning. just wishing us luck. Hey, did you get the Kopitar jersey? So, like there's Matt Green. He's out coaching now with the Kings, and he's texted me this morning worried about it. And that's what's so cool about the sport world. People have such big hearts. And you talk about Quinn Finley. That kid has been incredible. He's stayed in touch with me all year, and hats off to him. I thought maybe he'd write you a check after he signed with the Islanders. Since you helped him get to UW, so he should be writing you a check.
All right, so I know you got a lot. Thanks for fitting us in today. I know you got a lot going on with everything starting tomorrow. The website is casting4kids.org. Casting4kids.org. But is it too late for people to get involved in some way? What can people do if they're not going to get in a boat, but they want to support the cause and they want to support you and what you guys are doing out on the Madison Chain of Lakes? What can they do to help the cause, even if they're not going fishing?
Sure. 3 things. They can go to the website, check out our online auction. That runs till 5 p.m. on Sunday.
What do we all got there, Oz? What are some of the online auctions?
Everything. So we have PGA stuff. We have IndyCar racing. Obviously got NHL. We got MLB with Drake Baldwin. We got his gear in there.
Yep.
Good friend of my son, so that's pretty cool. And hats off to that kid.
He was a great hockey player. Oz, I didn't even know this. He's a great hockey player. I ran into him at a hockey game, a high school hockey game. Drake.
But he's a better person. He's even a better person. That's what's so cool about it. This kid, he's going to be an all-star this year. It's crazy. We've got a box item in there, and we have a Micah Parsons jersey. So that's number one. Number two is, people can still buy a $50 ticket to get in, come in and listen to Brian Posick, the best voice in radio for sure. And the Badgers are so lucky to have him. They are. And I say this to Brian all the time. We're lucky to have him, but the Badgers are really lucky.
God, LePage just texted me. Oz, LePage just texted me. He's not happy with you.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. So $50 gets you in the door. We bring in the best auctioneer in the state of Wisconsin. You have a chance to buy a raffle ticket to win an Alumacraft boat that they donate, and then we get it rigged through Don's Marine. And if people just want to donate, they can go to the website as well. So there's 3 different ways people can still be involved. But the online auction is pretty cool. It's fun to watch that number grow.
There are some great jerseys in here. There's a Jackson Churio jersey. There's a Rory McIlroy signed pin flag. There is the Micah Parsons jersey. Cole Caulfield's Montreal Canadiens jersey. Lots of cool stuff there. Again, the website, casting4kids.org. See, Oz, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for making time for us.
No, you guys are the best. I love listening to you guys. Have an awesome day. Thanks for having us on, man. That's awesome.
Keep up the great work, Oz. That's good stuff.
No doubt. All right, that is Marco Sicchi. That is the 9th annual Casting for Kids. Again, casting4kids.org to find out more. The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
Oh no, I dropped my lip balm in the water. I can't think of anything worse than the looming threat of potentially having chapped lips. It was ginger vanilla too, my favorite flavor.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, price and valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
If you are a junior or senior, a graduating senior, or a parent of a high school basketball player with a goal of playing college basketball, visit the DME Academy Wisconsin program on the beautiful campus of St. John's in Delafield. Training starts in August with top flight coaches, facilities, and academics. You will play against the top players and teams and in front of college coaches across America. Ignite your dream of playing college basketball. Google DME at St. John's Northwestern Academy on the campus of St. John's in Delafield.
We are the home for all your Bucks coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 11 o'clock out of Wildian's house begins now. Jesse, what do you have on the text portion of the talk and text line about the Packers 2026 schedule that we've been talking about so much?
I'm sorry. Our new intern is back here trying to disrupt.
Oh,
Hey,
jeez.
how you doing?
You're not gonna be able to
How you
hear him.
doing? What do you mean I can't hear him?
How you doing? How you doing? Hey, how you doing? How you
What
doing?
else going on?
Hey!
Where's the hotkeys, Jesse? It's Hotkey Friday.
Stop.
Oh,
All right.
no.
What? Now I'm
Oh,
confused. All right. So, Jason, what was your question?
Nothing. I wasn't talking to you because you weren't in your seat.
Oh, well, here I am.
I didn't know you were in there.
No, I'm in here.
But now I can't talk to Jesse.
That's true. That's the
Would you
downside.
relay to Jesse that I'm looking for a text message from
Jesse,
the
he's got some
Cardinals
text messages he wants you to put up on the screen there.
Well, here's one. Why don't you read it, Tausch?
Happy Gold Package ticket owner. Here. Finally, we got Sunday games instead of Monday night or Thursday night games. The drive home after those night games, they're brutal, especially for those who work on Monday. Ouch! Plus, they're division
Why are you
games.
reading Sue's text in this voice?
What do you mean? I don't have
That's not how
Sue's.
Sue-
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
think
I
that's
don't
how
have
Sue
Sue's
sounds.
voice. Well, now that you've gotten all Wisconsin-y, I love it, so I'm going to embrace
It's in the
it.
big.
They're definitely. I had a couple of guys text me about this, not liking the home schedule. If you're a green package member, you
Yes.
mentioned that earlier. I get it. You don't want a bunch of Thursday games. I think the Thursday, Monday, it makes it that much more difficult to actually get up there and go to a game. This is where we're at. And again, nobody should be shocked. We are a really good football team that the NFL wants to highlight. And we're going to continue to have primetime games. We're going to continue to be open, those standalone windows. We should love that. Because you remember a couple of years ago, a lot of noon games on the schedule. And it's like, oh, boy, we don't want that. I want us to be wanted. And we're wanted. And that's another part of what the schedule showcased.
Jesse, any other
What was
texts
that?
Tausch? I don't know.
What did you
something
drop?
fell
Like you had...
I don't know what it was.
Okay.
Not sure.
The
Hopefully it
NFL
wasn't anything
obviously
valuable.
doesn't pay any attention to the goal package. I've had it since 2013, and almost every game has been a Thursday or a Monday game. I don't think I've ever had 2 Sunday games. Hopefully making it easier for the Milwaukee folks to go back and forth. Going to result in less Bears fans at the game. I never sell my tickets, but if people do, sell them to other Packer fans. Ron and Rome. Yeah,
All
I'll
right,
sign on for that.
All right, so a couple things about this because we have not delved into the gold versus green, the G&G packages, if you will. So for whatever reason, and I have asked Ed Policy about this, because if you remember last year, the gold ticket packages were both prime time games. They are locked into the second home game of the season and the fifth home game of the season.
And we agreed that should get revisited, right?
Why are they locked into it? It's 2026 now, with all the different things that are factors in this, including having all these.
Sometimes when you
games.
see the meat getting made in the backyard, you're kind of like, "This is fun watching this sausage get made with Jesse."
Sausage. Jones Dairy Farm.
Kevin in Sheboygan, if Tausch had been as right as Jason was about the schedule, the entire first hour would be him patting himself on the back. Oh, great victory lap, Tausch. Jason deserves more shine. Kevin, man, I couldn't be glazing Jason more than I did today. Have I ever glazed Jason more than I did today?
No, sir.
Jesse even said no. So, Kevin, I know Kevin's got
Not that you can hear him.
What, you can't hear Jesse? Jesse, has he ever been glazed more?
No, Tausch, he hasn't.
I don't
Jason,
particularly...
I couldn't be more praising of you today on this show. You don't even like it.
I'm not Kevin. Okay, first of all, it's in the bag. I'm not Kevin, 1. 2, I don't want to be glazed. 3, I don't like the term glazing to begin with. So I'm fine with that. Was more glazing than I needed. I appreciate Kevin. I really do, because it's nice to feel like you're valuable and wanted, and I appreciate that. Now,
we appreciate you appreciating
that
it.
said, I'd like to get back to the point about the second and fifth games. Last year, it was the second game at home was the Washington Thursday night game. And then the fifth game was the Monday night game against, I knew this was going to happen. Now Tausch is left unattended in the producer's booth, and Jesse has now decided to go into the studio.
Yeah,
in fact, you saw his little hair go by as he ran into there.
The only problem is I don't know how to do any of this.
You can't leave him unattended. What are you doing?
This is probably a bad idea, but, I mean, it wasn't any worse than it was when I was in there with
I don't
him.
fully know what, I mean, how do I go to break?
Oh, don't do that. Don't.
Jesse,
what do
I want to
hit?
go to break soon.
No,
to get
you're
ready
good.
for
Right,
Micah
Stop now, Jesse. You're fine in there. We're good.
Riley, go in there and help him out. Help him out.
But now Jesse's telling other people to do things.
Oh, Woolie's coming in? Oh, Woolie's got this.
Bob is Bob.
Bob is Bob.
Oh, here we go.
Riley is Riley. And we got Riley in here. Look at what a team effort here today. Love it.
Riley, is that
he
did
can't
Riley
hear you.
spill on his
It's
shirt?
a marching band. No, he didn't spill on his shirt. He brought in donuts today. It's on Wisconsin, this theme song. He's got all the music on the back.
Yeah.
So, Jason, let's get this show back on track here. Jesse.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what you've done, but this whole green and gold package, I have to admit, it's never because you play whatever. You're not a fan, so you don't really know. You hear about it from fans. Fans are obviously upset about it. And my argument would be this was with an 8-game schedule. We don't need to just say, second and fifth. It should be one of the 3 division games should always go to the gold package.
Sure. I like
one
your
of the
solutions.
3 need to be.
Yep.
And then I wouldn't be opposed if we elected a small representative to draft the other game.
Oh, you got to
like the green package will get to protect 2 games. The gold package then gets to select of those non-divisional games one of the other 4 remaining games. Tell me why that's crazy.
It pains me to say this. It's not crazy. It's a really good idea.
Because then you can also, we're all about
really
bringing
good idea.
content. The Packers could bring a representative from the Milwaukee Gold package. It could, shower them up a little bit and say, here you go. We're going to make a big spectacle. We want to make sure everybody feels good about what's going on. Have them up for, the schedule release, a pre-schedule release party, and you don't even know when the game's going to be. You select it, and it could be a Thursday, it could be a Sunday, it could be a Monday.
Yeah.
You pick Buffalo. No, we protected Buffalo. All right, Dallas. No, we protected Dallas. All right, I get anybody else I want.
Right.
And then that game flops, and then that goes to the gold package.
Mm-hmm. It's a great idea. It is an antiquated system to just say the second and fifth game.
Yeah, I agree.
There should be flexibility because as much as green package holders want to complain about the gold package getting a Vikings game and a Bears game, the gold package had every right to
I got the crew in here. They're all giving me applause for that idea. Thank you. Let's just wait.
Because it's the only way they can communicate because they don't have their own microphones.
All right.
Now.
I'm sorry. You know what? And to Kevin, I want to apologize because we should have done this with Jason in the first hour of the show. Matter of fact, I think we're going to get the entire team to come in here and say, "Great job, Jason."
Okay. No, we want to get.
Oh no, we're going to, whether you like it or not.
No, we want to get.
Jason. Riley said he likes glazing Jason, which is not a term I would use, but I get where Riley's coming from. Glazing Wildy. How do I do that? Jesse, how do I put that up on the video screen? Glazing Wildy.
We want to get to
Glazing
Micah
Wildy.
Hyde with extra time, so we are going to take a break here. I'm going to tell you
Just wait,
about
let me help you get to break. Okay, you go to Pato. Tell us about the no hotel or the no planes.
Because you don't have to jump on a plane or a cruise ship to feel like you've escaped. I kind of want to escape right now. Your next getaway is waiting in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay. The biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And if you're hungry, have you got the options? The Dream Dance Steakhouse, Rockin' Brews, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company, and, of course, the Marketplace. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, a full night out, all in one place. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. I do want to ask Tausch a more serious question and avoid the glazing. Something that happened in Sydney's soccer game last night, which was, it made me think of what NFL players have to do from a mental standpoint when bad stuff happens. I want to ask Tausch about that next. It's Wildy and Tausch.
This is Wildy and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
One thing we know, when the weather warms up, families are on the go. Baseball, soccer, dance, it all ramps up this time of year. But busy schedules don't mean you have to rely on fast food. This week, Sendix has quick, easy, better-for-you meals your whole crew are going to love. Fire up the grill with fresh ground sirloin for just $6.99 per pound. Perfect for juicy bacon cheeseburgers. Add Daly's premium bacon for just $3.99 or go with Sendik's fresh Wisconsin brats at $5.99 per pound. Plus, creamy coleslaw for $3.99 per pound. Got a crowd after the game? Grab freshly made Pinza pizzas for $9.99 or Screamin' Sicilian pizzas for just $4.99 each. And this weekend, don't miss Sendik's signature meatball subs. Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 6. A fresh 7-inch sub with meatballs, marinara, and mozzarella for just $6.99. When you're on the move, make Sendix your go-to for fast, fresh, and delicious meals. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
You asked, and it's back. The original Cubano fan favorite has returned to Cousin Subs. And if you know, you know. It starts with tender pulled pork, our original recipe, and layers in savory ham, Genoa salami, and melty Swiss, grilled together for that hot, craveable bite. Then topped with fresh onions, tomatoes, pickles, and brown mustard and mayo, all on our signature bread. It's the fan favorite you've been waiting for. The Cubano, back at Cousin Subs, but only for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Get ready to sip into summer with the new Carbless Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack. 4 nostalgic flavors, strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple, all packed up and ready to celebrate America's 250th birthday. It's backyard barbecues, fireworks, lawn games, and classic summer flavor in every can. This season, bring the party, bring the nostalgia, and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss 8-pack from Carbless. Pick up the brand new variety pack at your local retailer or go to drinkcarbless.com to find it near you.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breese Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Looking to score big on style for your home without breaking the bank? Then don't miss the IKEA Sidewalk Sale happening May 8th through the 25th at IKEA Oak Creek. We're clearing out closeouts and overstocks and even putting some of your all-time favorite lines, including Billy, Trofast, and others on sale at serious discounts. And the best part, new items are being added throughout the sale. That means every visit is a brand new treasure hunt. You never know what you'll find next. So visit IKEA Oak Creek often and get ready to discover something amazing at the IKEA Sidewalk Sale May 8th through the 25th.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
All right, we're going to fudge the clock a little bit here so we can maximize our time with Micah Hyde, who will join us around 11:30. So we'll do Whoa Nelly coming up. But briefly, I did want to ask you about this, and it is sad and it was upsetting last night. Sydney's team played Notre Dame, not the Fighting Irish, the Tritons, and there was a play, soccer game, and there was a play where her teammate Claire, who is going to undergo surgery on Tuesday, and we wish her nothing but extremely good thoughts in her recovery. But there's a collision, and it's right in front of Sid, about 4 yards in front of her, and her foot gets caught in the turf, and the collision, she fractured her ankle and dislocated it. And Sydney is looking at it, and her foot is pointing the wrong direction. And as you can imagine, when you're 15, that was, she was inconsolable for a while for her teammate and friend. And the conversation that I had with her, because this was in the first half. They had to finish the game, and her team needed her. And so we talked about they had halftime early. And so we talked, and she came back, and I'm really proud of her that she kind of set all that aside and went back to playing. But what I thought about Tausch and what I was talking about with some of the other dads, my buddy Andy King and a few others, is you guys have to do this stuff a couple times a season. Some injuries are more serious than others, right? But, like, when you were playing, in the 11 years you played, there were times where guys suffered neck injuries that they had to leave the field on a stretcher. And from a mental approach, how did you guys keep playing? Because the only time we've seen a game stopped and not completed because of an injury was when Damar Hamlin, his heart stopped, right? And so is that a, again, people forget that you guys are human beings. Is that as hard as it felt like it was last night for Sid, or do you guys compartmentalize better than a 15-year-old high school soccer player can?
I don't know how, from a 15-year-old to a 25-year-old, it's still going to affect you. But, yeah, the show goes on. And you find that out when you get injured. You find it out in other stuff, and it doesn't mean it doesn't take a hit emotionally, and it makes it really difficult to refocus. But you find out again quickly that if you don't refocus, more bad stuff is going to happen. And that's the really hard part about it. Then you kind of deal with those emotions afterwards, because you can't do it while you're playing. It will go nowhere, and you won't be able to do it. So, unfortunately, that stuff does happen, and it does test your team, and it tests kind of the makeup of how hard it is. I mean, this is why sports aren't for everybody, because it is a really difficult thing to mentally be able to overcome. Seeing someone that you care about get hurt, understanding that shows you your own kind of where you're at from an athletic mortality standpoint. All of those things can go into your head, and you got to wipe it. And if you can't wipe it, typically it makes it very tough to continue on.
And the other thing that we talked about is exactly that. Like, you can't, hey, don't go out there and play not to get hurt, because that's when injuries happen. So just try to play as best you can the way you would always play. And I was proud of her that she did. But again, wishing Claire a speedy recovery and a successful surgery, because it was really upsetting. And I'm glad that her teammates have been there for her, because I haven't seen that happen very often during high school sports, and I've covered a lot of high school sports. So it was a tough night, and I immediately thought of Tausch and NFL players who somehow figure out a way to keep playing after some pretty traumatic injuries that they see. And again, I do struggle with the fact that I'm not sure people always appreciate that you guys are human beings, and that is tough to process, but you guys somehow find a way. All right, I've dragged us down enough. We need to get ready for Micah Hyde. We'll do so with Whoa Nelly with Jesse next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
May is here, which means your house is officially done hiding under snow, and now you can see everything it needs. Good news, Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help. Upgrade to energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel, and get $3,000 off your project. Think of it as spring cleaning, but way more impressive. That's $3,000 in instant savings during our May savings event, but it won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, screaming Sicilian, more.
Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA, terms and conditions apply.
Summertime is when you'll find the largest selection of homes on the market.
But it's the bottom of the ninth, as it's also the time when homes move the quickest.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Andrea Woshinski. With more buyers competing, preparation, speed, and expert local guidance can make all the difference.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Ready to upgrade your drive?
Let's go!
At the Cunis Auto Group, we're all about getting you behind the wheel of something you love. Fast, easy, and stress-free. New rides? Shop over 16 brands, including domestic, imports, and luxury. Pre-owned deals? Choose from over 3,000 group-wide, with payments for every budget. Plus, you're covered by our lifetime no-fear powertrain warranty, included with all new and qualified pre-owned purchases. Challenge credit? Our judgment-free Fresh Start program will get you approved for the loan you need, from your first car to your dream car. We make the whole process simple, transparent, and even fun. And when you shop Cunis, you're supporting something bigger, a commitment to supporting local charities and organizations that make our communities great places to live, work, and play. Start your search today at shopcunis.com. That's shopkunes.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Yeah, you guys are hilarious. Yeah, you guys are great.
What did I miss? That's got to be still a hot key, right?
No.
That's not. Should be.
You filmed a little video in the meeting room. Enough with the glazing. Thank you for
Might
your
be our clip of the day today.
Definitely
we don't have time for that, hopefully.
Definitely
we'll be talking
cod.
to Micah Hyde the rest of the time. Let's get into Wonelli.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Hey guys, when is college football rivalry weekend?
Last weekend of the year.
Right.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. You get Texas A&M, Florida State, Ohio State,
Michigan,
Wisconsin, Minnesota. Yeah.
Backyard brawl, right? Isn't that same weekend?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, actually it's not, but there used to be. When they were in the
Florida,
same conference.
Georgia? That's always a big one.
That's not. That's in the middle.
It's the big cocktail party. But you get my drift.
Well, you're ahead. I'm trying to make a point here.
I'm not trying to get ahead.
When do all of the NFL's division rivals play each other?
Thanksgiving.
No.
Last game of the season.
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
When is MLB rivalry weekend?
What are you trying to be Alex Trebek here?
When do the Bucks play the Oklahoma City Thunder in that rivalry weekend?
One, huh? It's MLB rivalry weekend this weekend. You know that?
This weekend
is? Border battle. Brewers,
so the Brewers
Twins.
are playing the Cubs?
No. Twins. Cubs.
That's not a rivalry.
It's interleague rivalry weekend, except for the Diamondbacks play the Rockies
except
and the Tigers play the Blue Jays.
Except
for those 2 series, it's rivalry weekend. The Brewers play the Twins. The White Sox play the Cubs. The Royals play the Cardinals. Who else? The Mets and the Yankees. Marlins and Rays, all the geographic interleague rivals getting together this weekend. How come baseball didn't do a better job strumming this up? It's rivalry weekend. This should be a big deal.
Well, what? Okay, what do you want him to do to make it bigger?
I want it promoted.
Okay.
I want Bill Schroeder telling me on the broadcast, "Hey, everybody, it's rivalry weekend coming up."
I don't think Bill doesn't travel though with the team anymore.
No, but I want him doing the read during the home games.
Okay.
I'd like more national TV games with featuring all the rivalry. I want to see Dodgers, Angels, and Mets, Yankees.
They should do a YouTube rivalry channel where you can clip on all of them, right?
Or Apple TV has Friday night games.
Yeah.
Like, let's do a bunch on this
All right,
night.
I'm on board.
Let's put every game on Apple TV tonight.
I'm on board with
Rivalry weekend. This should be a big deal if we're going to do it in early May when it doesn't really impact the regular season all that much and everybody's not out of it yet. Like, let's make a big deal out of MLB rivalry weekend.
Jesse, I'm with you. Sell it. What else?
We need to come up with a better name for Brewers Twins than the Border Battle, because the Border Battle, we can't just call every game between Wisconsin and Minnesota in any way a border battle.
Okay, what do you want to call it?
I don't know.
Did you think through
Swing
this
in
topic
Mississippi?
before you
battle for the Mississippi River?
Jeff Levering had a couple proposals during the broadcast
series
on the radio
gets to dye
yesterday.
the Mississippi the color they want.
Sure, except both teams are kind of blue.
Wow, the Twins got some red in there, right? They could go red, we'd go blue.
A river of blood. This was a terrible idea.
Which part?
The whole.
It wasn't even his idea.
The Major League Baseball interleague rivalry. Like, first of all, wouldn't the Brewers play someone from the AL East, which they used to be in?
No, Twins are our rival
Got to
now.
be Twins for this, yeah. If it's not the
Do we
Cubs,
feel it when they play each other? Does it feel like a rivalry to you?
No, it feels fun.
Jeff actually did say on the radio broadcast they should call it America's friendliest rivalry.
That's fun.
He's a sharp guy.
AFR.
AFR weekend.
Yeah,
Brewers
AFR
Twins
weekend.
up in Minneapolis. Jason, you going to go cover that?
No, those games mean something.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Can't wait to go to Pittsburgh.
Whoa, Nelly!
That was
6 o'clock game tonight, by the way. They moved up the time because the Timberwolves are playing Game 6 in Minneapolis tonight. So,
what's that series at, Jesse?
3-2 San Antonio. So it's a must-win for the
Timberwolves.
Wolves.
Timberwolves will win tonight.
Timberwolves got to have it.
They will.
So 6:10. If you on your paper schedules at home, it'll say 7:10. You turn it on, then you'll be in the fourth or fifth inning.
What does it say on the Wilde and Tausch video feed?
I haven't put that up today because I didn't want to confuse anybody. Eastern time, Central time, and so forth.
Or whatnot.
One of those players that you find yourself wondering, how on earth did the Green Bay Packers let this guy out the door? And I believe it was on this program he once told us that they told him with 6 games left in his last year here, we're not going to bring you back. They chose poorly. Micah Hyde scheduled to appear on Wilde and Tausch next.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And while buying a home is a big deal, it certainly doesn't have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of tranquility at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help you find value on the things you value. So when it's time to take on a project, we've got you covered with the right supplies at unbeatable prices. Right now, during our Yard Defense Days, save $10 on select estate lawn fertilizers, $3 off Bio-Advanced tree and shrub protected feed products. Plus, in our home department, get a free $10 Blaine's gift card when you spend $50 on canning essentials. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Homer here with Mike Bruner of Window Nation. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com now to book a consultation. Is it the kind of window? Is it how quickly you can do it? When you hear from the customers afterwards, what seems to please them the most?
One of the biggest things, so I'll reference the survey, is clean and safe. I mean, we're coming into our customers' houses, and we understand that they got nice stuff. For most people, I mean, unless you're a doctor or a lawyer, your house is probably your biggest investment. So making sure your house stays protected throughout the entire process. Now, of course, there's going to be a lot of other things like the window and the install, but according to the survey, I mean, 96% of our customers are rating us 10 out of 10 stars in that clean and safe aspect. I mean, our worst category out of all of those is going to be at about 92% satisfaction rate, which is tremendous, especially in an industry where 7 out of 10 people are not happy with the outcome of their project.
Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group with over 40 years of experience saving businesses money. I want to speak to you small business owners and make a bold statement. I will bet you our team can put at least $25,000 in your pocket. Yes, you heard right, $25,000. We work closely with small businesses to help them use tax strategies, along with developing processes and procedures to make their business generate cash to keep in their pocket. Our team has saved clients thousands of dollars by using our knowledge and experience to develop strategies tailored to your business. Would you like to see if you can do it? Your only cost is 33 minutes of your time. That's right, just 33 minutes, and who knows how much you can pocket. Remember, you earned it, we help you keep it. Call us at 414-325-2040 and ask the $25,000 question. That's 414-325-2040. Or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net.
When you've been seriously injured, you need a trusted team on your side. Gruber Law Offices is available 24/7 and will even come to you. Your first call is free. Your first visit is free. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I still am not quite clear, Jesse, on what constitutes the Yuengling guest hotline, the Yuengling Legends line. We love our partnership with Yuengling, and we love this guy. I'm going to call it the one of my favorite players I've ever covered Yuengling guest hotline. From Iowa, still not sure how they let him out the door, but I'm glad I had an excuse to reach out to him this week. On the Yuengling guest hotline, Yuengling Beer, the oldest brewery in America, 197 years, and now finally in Wisconsin, DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. It is Micah Hyde on Wilde and Tausch. Micah, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing? You can hear me okay?
You sound better than we do. What are you, a podcaster now?
That's
what is
amazing.
going on over there?
Man. Listen, I hopped on a podcast a couple months ago, and I was like, you know what? Let me indulge and get one of these, cool mics, look official. If it cuts out, I'm tell you right now, I do not know how to fix it, so the interview is gonna have to be over. But right now it's working, so we're good. Let's chat it up.
That's kind of how our show goes, Micah. So that works out perfect. That's
something cuts out is just in the show. Get to the weekend.
Well, and Tausch does have a few days coming up where he's going to be off. So now we know we've got another one, another option for our subs. 3 hours a day. You can carve that out of your busy retirement schedule.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let me get this out there first. The reason why I reached out to you, other than just it's always great to have an excuse to talk to you, is Bobby Babich brought you up when we talked to him. He's the Packers' new secondary coach. You played for him in Buffalo. He said that he's proud of what high energy he is, but he also said that you on occasion would call him out for fake juice.
Fake
what
juice.
what are the Packers getting in Bobby Babich?
When we start off with the bad first, and I'll end it with the good. This guy comes in 6:30 in the morning, first meeting of the day. If not having 2 or 3 coffees already, screaming and yelling. So that's where the fake juice comes in, right? Like, dude, it's too early. No one can possibly be this wide awake at 6:30 in the morning and yelling and talking about X's and O's and defense and all that type of stuff, right? So annoying at that point. And I can say it because I told him so many times. We were together for 7-8 years. And then the good thing is just a genius, man. A genius in the back end. We just talking ball with him each and every day, learning so much. Obviously I developed that Bobby Babich voice in my head on every single play, which is definitely a bad thing as well. But the good part of it was just knowing exactly what to do on every play, how he would see, matching these routes or this offense doing this personnel, whatever it may be. So just a genius, and the Packers really got a hell of a coach for sure. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, hell yeah, Bobby, I'm so happy for him.
So what was he saying to you in your head when you always were hearing it? Because you had a great career in Buffalo. You're a great player there, so it didn't distract you too much, and it must have at least helped a little bit. What were the voices saying?
I think that when you have good coaches in your career, I feel like you somehow, not just the mindset that they have each and every day and how they want you to play, but you develop their voice in your head as far as how you see things and how you should be playing and stuff like that. So, I can go back to my high school coach. I can remember playing and having his voice in my head on how to match routes and what to do and all that. In college, Phil Parker, same thing, secondary coach. His intensity and his voice in my head of how to play this certain defense or whatever it may be. And then Bobby was one of those guys in the league, right? So the good coaches that you pass throughout your career are able to install that, because they talk so much ball and they're able to get inside your head and know exactly what you're thinking and how to coach you properly. And he's one of those guys.
When we were introduced to him, he comes out with a gold chain, with his hat down low, in all black, in kind of a tight-fitting shirt. Which, again, if you're in shape, great. I'm not, so I wouldn't do that. But is that what we should expect from him, from his fashion sense as well?
No, I don't know what that was. I know every single year that we were together, he had a new haircut. I will say that he went from, he had a buzz cut, he had the ponytail, he had the trim the sides. He's had so many different haircuts over the years that it was hard to keep up with. As far as style goes, I'm not too sure. I mean, he doesn't have bad style. I'm not gonna throw him under the bus and say it's terrible. It's not. But I wouldn't put him anywhere close to a GQ magazine or anything.
Huh. Well, so did you get your so that's a lot of Babich. That's a lot of Babich. That
was great. That was what I was looking for. Yep.
All right.
Thank you very much.
I'm curious on some of the players that he's going to be associating with. And Jason, who likes to project, and I think it's just because of the number situation, but he has called Evan Williams the next Micah Hyde. And there's other people that have kind of jumped on that. And what have you seen from Evan Williams so far? I know you're still watching games and doing stuff, but can you kind of give us an overview of your opinion, both of him and obviously of that safety and the corner room as a whole from the Packers standpoint?
I will defend myself after your answer, by the way.
Sounds good. So I remember when he got drafted, because my feed started blowing up saying, this is possibly the next Micah Hyde or whatever. And then I think he got number 33. And then again, my feed started blowing up. So just naturally, his name's kind of been directed, presented towards mine, I guess, for some time now. But being able to watch him play, he's, I guess that's a compliment to myself as well, because he's a very good football player. He has some, we're talking about juice, right? When it comes to Bobby Babich, he has some juice. He has some, he can get downhill. He can hit. He can play on the ball. He can cover. So, definitely that 33 is in good hands. And I definitely respect his game for sure.
All right, so now, because Tausch has been killing me for this since the moment I said it.
Mike, I mean, he hadn't played a snap, and he's like, Micah. Yep, it got to be Micah.
33 light skin. Well, I mean, of course it's Micah, right?
And you're wondering why. You're wondering why.
That was not why.
That's
that
exactly
was so
why.
Unfair.
And in case you're wondering why your feed's blowing up, it's because Wildy's talking about it every day and writing about it. That's probably a big part of why it was blowing up.
It's his fault. So
I will take full responsibility, and I will die on this hill. Here's why. And it's not just because of number 33. It's not just because he got drafted by the Packers. It is not because of his complexion. First of all, the first time I brought you up to him, what did he say? Because you know this because I texted you about him right away. He watched film of Micah Hyde and patterns his game after him because you were such a blanking stud in Buffalo. Like, you were one of the players that he wanted to be like. Which, by the way, how does that make you feel that you're old enough that there's a player that wanted to be like you?
I know. I started encountering that towards the end of my career, and I'm like, wow, like, you know, I don't consider myself old, but once you get around 22-year-olds all day, that's when you realize, yeah, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a compliment, right? Like, you know, he's a stud. I played some good football, so if he's trying to be like me, man, go for it and be better than me for sure.
He's like you in another way too. Because Domofsky did this to you, we wear him out in interviews. Like, he is just like you. He just stands and answers everybody's questions 3 or 4 times. He'll get the same damn question. Just answer it the same anyway. That's why you were one of the best when it came to that. I do want to know, in all seriousness, though, what does it take to have the success you had? Because the Packers, not that I'm bitter, okay, maybe a little, but they didn't recognize what you were going to become, and they let you get out the door. What does it take to elevate your game the way you did once you got the opportunity in Buffalo? Because that's where he's at now. He's had 2 good seasons, and now it's time for him to elevate.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that, you know, I was salty a while. I was pretty salty about that for a while as well. Just, you know, the business of the NFL and how that whole thing went down, and just and I did a podcast the other day with you know, Packer fan, Packer guy, and we talked about it again. So I'm not going to dive too deep into it because obviously it is what it is a decade ago.
You told us that. We were the first ones to get that. You told us about it. They told you 6 games left in the season.
It's crazy. It was crazy, right? So I just think that it's patience. You know, it's patience, and I always took pride in not making the same mistake twice. And I think when I was in Green Bay, yes, I made some mistakes, but I think I was also put in some positions that I, you know, didn't really see myself excelling in. You know, like, I felt like my back was always turned to the quarterback, and you know, and whether if it was playing in the slot and being more one-on-one and being on an island, and, you know, the defense that we were playing at the time, you know, with the fire zone and stuff like that, like, you were basically in the slot by yourself. And so, you know, to me, that wasn't necessarily my strong point. I'm a middle of the field safety, you know, center field, don't let anybody behind you, eyes on the quarterback, go break on the football and make plays, right? That's how I've been my entire life. So when I was put in that position, I know I played corner in college, but it was, you know, that's different than actually matching up in the NFL, you know, against the top slots and stuff like that. So, you know, when I was doing that in Green Bay, it was, you know, I don't want to say I, you know, was out of position, but I feel like that wasn't my strong suit. And so, you know, I feel like, as, you know, whether if it's Evan Williams or whoever else is put in the position to go make plays and what their strong, you know, their strong set it or strong suit is, whatever, I think that he'll be successful.
Mike, how do you balance that? Because you come in and you want to be a good teammate, but you also want to have all that individual success. So how do you balance getting utilized the right way without coming across as, I guess, you know, if it's a wide receiver and you say, I'm not getting enough touches, I'm not doing this, you kind of get labeled a diva. How do you balance the fact, because you're a team guy, but you also want to do what's best for the team? Do you sit down and have that conversation, but if nothing changes, how do you approach that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point, right? Because you can sit there, you can be a team player, you can shut your mouth, you can do everything you're supposed to do, but not be in the position that you want to be in. And then at the end of the day, you get shipped out of there, you know, kind of like how I did. But I'm just a firm believer, man, be a team player and you know, be a good person, and good things happen to you. That's just how I was always raised. That's how all the coaches I've ever been around have taught me. So I feel like, if you're doing good and you're a team player, you're putting your head down, you're working every day, you care about the people around you, you care about not even just the teammates that you're on the football field with, but off the field, their families, the janitors, the lunch ladies, everybody around you, right? Like, you're genuinely a good person, I think good things will happen to you. And I think that's what happened to me once, I didn't make a scene in Green Bay. I didn't, go to the coaches. I didn't go upstairs. I didn't, bitch and complain and do all that type of stuff. What I did was I just put my head down and said, hey, I got another opportunity in Buffalo. I'm gonna make it work. And it did. And, I feel like there's always, God has a plan for me. And that's kind of how I've always thought about it.
How does it make you feel? And I don't know if you saw, I'm sure you did, because if the Wildy stuff all hit across your Twitter and everybody else's feed, I'm sure this did with John Eric Sullivan when he took the job with the Dolphins, was on a podcast or he was getting interviewed. Mm-hmm. And he said what was his biggest mistake or regret in his time in Green Bay, and it was letting you walk out the door.
Yeah.
That had to make you feel kind of good, huh?
It feels good, but also at the same time, it's like, duh. Like, that's exactly what our agent and I was saying, at that time. And, nothing against all the other guys I was in the secondary with, with the, Ha and Morgan and Banjo, Sam Shields, Tremont, all dudes that have taught me so much in my career, right? But this goes back to, Casey. Me and Casey were battling to get on the field together. I was playing first and second down. He was playing third down to come in and cover and do that type of stuff. Like, and me and Casey, we knew at that time, like, what are we doing? Like, I get it. We have a lot of dogs in the secondary right now, but this isn't working out. Like, we should be on the field. And so, it was a frustrating, I don't want to say 4 years in Green Bay, because I had a blast there. Like, I love that place. I can't wait to go back there. But it was a frustrating, like, last couple weeks and the last couple months, I would say, being in Green Bay on the team, because knowing that, like, they weren't doing anything to sign me back, and it was just like, you guys are tripping. You guys are here we go. So, and I'm in Buffalo, years later, and I'm looking at, the situation going on in Green Bay, and I'm like, you guys had it. You guys had it. Like, what are we doing?
So, Mike, if you were coaching, and I don't know if you're going to get into coaching, now that you're retired, how would you handle that? You have two guys that are obviously good players, and if they come to you, there's only so many spots. How do you handle that as a coach?
100%, right? That's the tough thing. But I think my situation was different, right? Like, I wasn't saying I want to get $10 million a year to be a starter in the secondary. That was never my situation. I know you just drafted Ha a couple years ago, and he's a first-round pick. I know you guys believe in Morgan Burnett, at that time when I was playing safety. And I know that Casey was damn near almost the defensive rookie of the year before he got hurt, so I had to play. Mm-hmm. He's a stud. I know I'm not playing outside. I don't want to. I don't think I'm good enough to. I'm not matching up against number one receivers all day. I predominantly am a punt returner, coming in playing nickel on first and second down, run down, stuff like that. Like, hey, cut me off a little bit of money, right? Give me a 3 for $9 and I'll go about my day. So that was my situation. So, and if you're telling me you didn't have 3 for $9 to give me, you're crazy, right? So that was my situation, and I wasn't asking to back up the Brinks truck and get as much money as possible. So that's where my issue, my frustration came in, was like, hey, just give me something for all the hard work I put in and what I'm going to do for this organization. But yet I couldn't get that.
Last one for me, Mike, and thanks for joining us. We always talk about how players react, and we want direct communication, right? We always want direct communication. You're not playing because of this. When they came to you with 6 games left and said that, is it better? Because I don't know, mentally, it would be really tough when someone's like, nah, we're good, you leave. How would you want that approach if you do it again? The whole thing, if you were a front office guy, what's the best way to handle that? Because I don't know if there is a best way.
I wouldn't change. As a player, I wouldn't change anything. I think that my whole career happened the way it was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So as a player, when they told me that kind of, lit a fire underneath my ass. And I'm like, okay, like, the organization that I'm going to work for every day, that I'm waking up early and I'm putting all this work in, I'm putting this jersey on, I'm going out there on Sundays or Mondays or Thursdays or whatever, doesn't want me. Okay. Like that's what pissed me off. So therefore I went off the last, how many ever games we had, and coincidentally, Sean McDermott was the one that was able to see me on that run and be like, hey, I want this guy. He's going to be a free agent. I'm bringing him to Buffalo. So that all worked out, right? Like I said before, God has a plan for me, and I knew that. But as a front office guy, I like the honesty, right? I like the honesty. As far as telling somebody, hey, we're not going to bring you back. Hey, we're not going to do this. But I just think that was the wrong answer. The wrong answer, once again, was to not even offer me anything, and whether if it was two packs of Skittles, and say, hey, take this. This is all we can give you, or leave it. They didn't do that. So once again, that was the issue. But I feel like the honesty, I would much rather have that as a player, and for the front office to be like, hey, we're not going to bring you back. We don't feel like you're good enough in this system, or whatever it may be. I appreciate that, because that's the business of the NFL, and guys have to hear that.
But the timing of it, you're okay with too, because I was thinking, why not just do that after the season? You're all right with it being 6 games. That part, I'm always trying, because we have fans and everybody's trying to figure out what that timing should look like.
Yeah, I think that it always starts the year before, right? Like, so the season before. So that's when we kind of started the discussions, was, the season before, going into the final year of my deal. So I'm pretty sure that's usually when it starts. Like, if most agents would do that, right? Like, why would you not? Why would you wait till midseason to kind of come to them? But most of the time, you kind of have those conversations before the final year of your contract to say, hey, I want a new deal. What does this look like? So we kind of had that, but there wasn't much back and forth. So then it got to the middle of the season. We weren't doing well. And my agent was like, hey, like, we haven't heard from you guys. What's going on? We, kind of want to know. And that's when they said, we're not bringing it back. So if it does happen, like, middle of the season with 6 games left, then I just feel like that's not a proper time to do it. But our discussions happen, kind of beginning of the season.
All right, we got to let you go. We've kept you way longer. My last question is when they got Sky Moore, I saw a bunch of videos posted of you returning 3 punts for touchdowns in 2 years, and they have not had a punt. By the way, not only would they have gotten a big bargain at 3 for 9, but they also would have gotten a punt returner, because their special teams have been mid at best and usually a lot worse. How do things change for a football team when they got a guy that's a stud punt returner that can flip the field for them?
I mean, it's field position, man. You learn from all the coaches in the NFL. That's a big talking point, is field position. If you can get the ball to the offense, and especially this day and age with these kickers kicking 60-yarders like it's nothing, you get 1, maybe 2 first downs, and it's automatic 3 points, right? So field position is huge. I just think that when my time in Green Bay was so important, just because we had obviously Aaron Rodgers, which was the quarterback. We had an outstanding defense. So for me, it was just go out there, catch the ball, make sure the offense gets it. If I can get a first down after returning, let's do it. So it's very important.
Well, you got a lot more.
Boy, that mic held up great, Micah. The mic, no problems at all.
We all good?
Yeah, held up great.
You're all set. We'll let you know when your shift is to fill in for Tausch when he's off. Micah, we appreciate you so much. Good. I'm glad we got to catch up with you, buddy. Thanks.
Man, thank you guys. We'll talk soon.
That is Micah Hyde. Duh. I think was my favorite part.
That's probably going to get clipped, I'm guessing. That'll be clipped.
That's it for us today.
Clip of the day.
Thanks to Micah. Thanks to Tausch.
It'll be clip of the day next week.
Maybe.
Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I started our landscaping company, Brett Ochtenhagen's Seasonal Services, in 1994. We have other businesses, a trucking company,